Hello and welcome back to AI the Somnium Files 2, the nirvanA Initiative. Tonight, I'm Luce, and tonight we're hopefully going to be finishing up the final deduction in solving the truth behind the half-body murders. However, last time we just finally discovered the truth behind the timeline shenanigans, and it was one of those where I kind of had to sit down after the stream and process it for a bit, because it's really a mind screw, that's for sure. But I think I finally wrapped my head around it, and that means now that we know the truth behind how this happened, we have to figure out who is the final terror. After all, we found out the original terror, while he was successful in his actions, was only responsible for half the deaths. Who is responsible for the other half, and what is their connection? I guess we'll have to find out, but, oh yes. And, unfortunately I can't have a fairy-adjacent self here for now, so you'll have to pretend it's here while I allow us to still see the, characters talking, because dialogue, of course, is rather important. Even their expressions can be important, so... Alright, let's dive in!
Who is this?
The SAT, the Special Assault Team.
Date?
That body. My father found it.
And by you, Freyr.
Oh yes, I think we might have also confirmed a long-standing theory I personally had. That is, that the player character is not Ryuki nor Mizuki, but some uncertain party. And it seems, yes, Freyr. It could be connected to Terror or something else. More importantly, however, this also means we need to wonder what is the player character's actual goal here. It's the dormitory. There's a big tree here. Clock. Slide. Swing set. Jungle gym. Seesaws. Playground steps. Spring playset. And the flowers are in bloom. My older sister. Technically, she's the original that I was based off of, but I don't want to think about it like that. She's more of my big sister by proxy, I'd rather think of it. So I was raised at Halloween too?
The same as me. When I was 6, you were born at Horadori Institute and sent here. I'm guessing they thought it was too difficult to raise you at the Institute. I remember the day you arrived like it was yesterday. You were still a baby. But the moment I saw you, I got this feeling. I started bawling my eyes out. The people at the facility didn't know we were related.
Ooh.
Makes sense. They were told we were from 2 different places.
So the fact we look alike was just written off as a
But
coincidence.
we're both named Mizuki, and we looked really similar.
Yeah.
So to make it easier, everyone started calling me Big Sis. They called you Mizuki.
What happened after our
They
ride?
took me to Horadori Institute every so often for examinations. Well, I say examinations. I mean human experiments. I don't think you remember, but they did terrible things. I remember getting shots with needles as big as boba straws.
Those are huge, so that is actually quite horrifying, especially if you're already afraid of needles.
My time with Horadori Institute ended when I was 9, and you were 3. It shut down and we were finally free.
Fortunately for a
That's
short
about
time.
the time you were adopted by the Okiura family. But me? Well, I told you about me, right? You were blind in one eye and had a heart condition. Right. So it was hard to find a family who would take me.
Yeah, and she I'm guessing that the eye that wasn't working is now replaced with an AI ball, or at least an
Ultimately, it was
artificial eye.
Mr. Chieda, the chairman.
So when you were 9, you were adopted by...
The Chiedas. I spent the next 6 years there, up until I was 15. I lived under the same roof as Kizuna.
I see. That's why she called me Big Sis.
Because she reminded her of what happened after that.
You said something about an eccentric woman?
Yeah. Who's this eccentric?
Yeah, I was adopted by her.
Do you mean...
Shizue Kuranushi. Boss.
Boss. That's interesting. The other timeline had Boss send the special assault troopers at us, which could imply that whoever's behind the nirvanA initiative has even Boss in their back pocket, which could carry its own horrifying implications, because Boss herself is stated to have dirt on quite a few people in the upper echelons of society. And she does mention her daughter here and there, but no wonder that was on a need-to-know basis, because the moment we knew their name or a face, we would know something was up, because obviously Mizuki, well, yeah, it's... yeah, someone who has the exact same face and name as Mizuki. That is going to cause a lot more questions to come up.
Which is why my name is Mizuki Kuranushi now. You think that sounds kinda lame, huh?
No, it's not that.
Why did Boss
You
adopt
know
you?
how we're stronger than everybody else? Maybe she thought I'd come in handy.
So she wanted to make you work for her.
I don't know if that's the truth, but that's what she told me.
It's honestly hard to say.
Boss taught me how to fight. After she adopted me, she trained me hard every day. 6 years ago, when I was 18, I was hired as a top secret member of Abyss. Boss wanted someone who she could rely on. Someone who would never betray her. She trusted me to handle the most sensitive situations.
I'm gonna be honest, that's, well, I do get why, even in the last game, we do know that because Abyss is technically a government-run agency, it is vulnerable to the same kind of corruptions as any other government agency, so I can understand why she want some insurance at that. But at the same time, that's basically means that this Mizuki here is basically the boss's top secret hitman, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, because that depends on how trustworthy Boss herself is, and as we've seen in the other line, unless they're lying about Boss being the one that ordered it, which for the record is not out of the question, it's entirely possible, well, that someone else sent it and was told to, and they were simply told it was Abyss that ordered it. I don't know.
Basically, I'm like a ninja. Well, a kunoichi, which is why my existence at Abyss had been hidden. The only people who know are Boss, Pewter, and Ryuki.
Ryuki? Why?
But Ryuki didn't know 6 years ago because we never
I
identified.
wonder,
Why are you hiding your identity?
if I revealed myself to you, you would want to know everything. And one way or another, you'd find out.
True, even without Mizuki here telling us, we could find it out through other means, checking records at the orphanage, for example, or checking Boss's backgrounds. That would... everything has a paper trail, whether you want to leave it or not, and those can be hidden, those can be hidden or deleted, but even that by itself could absolutely cause even more questions.
You'd find out that your genes were spliced. That your real parents aren't Renju and Shoko. I didn't want you to end up like me. I wanted you to live a normal life. As normal as possible, anyway.
Yeah, I get what you mean there. And this is actually a rather big surprise, because Mizuki really does look like the daughter of the two mentioned here, Renju and Shoko. Yeah, so it was a bit weird to learn that she wasn't the whole time, but at the same time, I guess because the mom does actually have blue hair, the same shade even. We even saw a picture of her earlier in the game, so yeah.
Get a normal job, a normal husband, get married, start a family, live happily ever after. A life like that. But if I showed up, I would ruin all that. That's what I thought, at least.
I see. But why didn't you tell me 7 years ago in November? I was already well on my way to an abnormal life at that point.
Oh yeah, during the Cyclops
Maybe
killings.
that's true.
My big sister by proxy. About
It's
February
like I
2 years
told
ago.
you. I want to know who did this to me. I know that Chikara was the mastermind, but I want solid proof. That's why I was investigating him and his institute.
Okay. Assuming Chikara is indeed dead, which, again, I'm not right. Because of the shenanigans going on here, I am not writing off the fact he absolutely could still be alive and using other bodies. However, exposing his entire thing would probably do a lot of good.
But then, out of the blue, he gets killed. That's why I started following the HB case.
About February. I asked her about what happened back then. She told me the details of what happened the 12th and the 14th. This world is a game, and I wish to play it with you. If you win, I'll give you a nice hint. There's 3 balloons at random. Yeah, the flow chart. Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell, but yeah, the big reveal. We thought had the way the story was going, we were having 2 timelines in roughly chronological order. Well, not basically 2 timelines running parallel. One 60 years ago, one the present day, and they're both happening about the same time, but no. It's actually a double helix. After a certain amount of time, we'd end up going somewhere else and experiencing that. Yeah, these pictures are meant to show something important when we met these characters, I guess. And of course, when the corpses are found. Yeah, he died here, but was then found the next morning. Murdered that night, and then the next day, body's found here. So, those 2 here, Jin Furroway's death here. Yeah, Jin's death is right here. Then splits here. Chikara was the next murder on here. And Komeji's here. We know that this terror was Uru. He killed both. However, the deaths here, Tokiko and Uru, is someone else entirely. So how, in that case, how does the person over here have, Oh yeah, that's right, Terror here had, was Uru's face, right, because on the left side he looked like Jin. Yeah, it took a little bit after the stream to look through, swapping the chart between what it truly was and what it wasn't before in order to figure it out. But yeah, I finally wrapped my head around it. This thing is really a really big mind screw. Yeah, that puzzle with the balloons and stuff, that was really throwing me off because it wasn't a proper word either time for that matter. The first time it was an in-universe drink, which, to be fair, I probably would have noticed if the drink was in range to look at after you were locked into trying to figure it out. But more importantly, it was also... The other one was just the first 3 letters of several different words in order to form a coherent sentence, and then I didn't realize that was the case. So yeah, that one was a bit much, but it was the roughest puzzle in the game, at least so far. So unless the final one's even more ridiculous...
What you have seen and heard cannot be shared with anyone. If you do, I will kill her. I have an abundant amount of money. Even if I were to die, the assassins I've hired would still find her.
I see. That's why you didn't talk about what happened 6 years ago. But I think it's okay to start talking now. Why? I was able to freeze all of Terror's hidden accounts. We don't need to worry about any assassins anymore.
I bet you don't remember anything from February 6 years ago, do you?
I do not. My body was destroyed in the explosion at the cathedral. The Abyss communication network was also offline, so there was no backup taken.
So it was important, but not
By
for
the way,
Tama, it
I'm
was for
curious.
Aiba. I knew that would become relevant, but I thought it was going to be an issue for Tama and not Aiba.
Why were we given the same name?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't really care about the name.
But wouldn't that make it harder to tell us apart at the Institute?
I don't think they had any trouble. We had code names at Horadori Institute. I was Mouse, and you were Rabbit.
Oh, so the rabbit was So the rabbit, Well, first of all, this explains why she referred to herself as a rat or a lab rat. And this explains why the bunny plushie was the person they had to protect under
And
any
you
circumstance.
remember what they called us at Iowan, right?
You were Big Sis, and I was Mizuki.
Yeah.
Is that what I called you?
No. You were still little. You couldn't talk much. You just called me BB.
BB.
Yeah. BB, huh?
I get it. So since she couldn't talk very well, she was just trying to get the closest she can.
Anyway, we've already spent enough time here. We shouldn't be wasting time like this.
Good point. There's still tons we don't know about the HB case.
Follow me. I want to show you something. Huh? What is it?
Oh, no. It's nothing.
We still never did get an answer as to why she tried to shoot at us. It could have been a distraction or just
Let's
get our
go, BB.
attention. Informant. Persons. Achievement unlocked. Collect all person files.
Ah! What the fuck? This is information overload. My brains are gonna flow out of my ears.
Jeez, just relax.
I can't just relax. What is this corpse doing here? And why are Kizzy and Leon here? Oh, and most importantly,
Oh yeah, Dot.
who the hell is this?
What, isn't it obvious?
Wait, you're that stupid porno mag collecting old man.
No.
Yes.
Why are you dressed like that? Where is Genny? What are you doing here? And one last thing. Where have you been the past 6 years? Why didn't you try to contact me?
I'm sorry, Mizuki.
That's right, it's not in this timeline where we found out all this. It was in the other one, the Gen and Amame ending.
Okay. I think I kind of get it.
Alright, yeah.
6 years ago, Date lost his memory when the ceiling collapsed on him.
Then he got captured by Terror but managed to escape.
And he's been wandering the Earth for the past 6 years.
5 days ago, on the 10th, he heard the news about Jin's body being found.
And finally got his memory back.
That's right.
My voice reaches Date's brain right now. That's because he is the reception device in his left eye socket. You can mute me by turning it off, but it's a real hassle, so it's still on. Same for Mizuki. She hears my voice too. Mizuki Kuranushi's kind of long. I'll just call her BB. Posters on the wall. Yeah, we now know for the past few days Date has actually been Gen, and he was surprised by the discovery of the body. He was holding off on it for later. Freezer. There's a body inside. Picture of Gen. List of recommended dishes. The menu. Table. Restaurant door. It's snowing out. Counter, chair, round stool. Stirs. Alcohol bottles, liquor bottle. Refrigerated case, mostly alcoholic beverages inside. Oh, why are you here?
There's a reason I'm here with Kizzy.
I got a call from my old pal Date. I asked him to unlock something for me.
Are you talking about the freezer?
No, I got that open on the 13th. It was a different lock this time.
Anyway, that is when we met with Date and the woman he was with.
The woman? I was there too.
Kitchen. Heard you went missing.
I am a little embarrassed to admit this, but Leon and I plan to elope.
What?
May I ask why?
Kizzy's father won't accept me.
He threatened to send Leon to prison if he continued to see me.
And that's when I suggested that we run off together.
I guess in all timeline, I guess technically speaking, we only get the video in that one timeline, but BB here had it the entire time, and so she was able to give it to them at any point that it became convenient.
And I agreed.
So you two...
Yeah, they're both on the run for love. But we don't know exactly where we want to go yet.
Right. We need some more time to think about it.
How about
I've
BB?
known her for a long time. She's a former coworker from back when I was doing bad stuff.
Oh,
Back then, I used to call her Quartz.
Hey, don't just blurt that out!
Mizuki's name comes from crystal. The kanji for crystal can be read as Mizuki.
Crystals are the solid form of silicon dioxide, a mineral, most often recognized as quartz.
Wait, so you were in a Thieves Guild, BB?
The snow isn't letting up.
Don't change the subject.
I can understand why one would be a little hesitant to reveal something like that.
Why do you ask?
No reason.
It is currently 4:25 a.m. Daybreak is close.
Very cold?
It is snowing outside, but do not worry about us. My heart is burning strong.
That'll be...
I suppose Big Sis has already told you everything. Big Sis and I lived in the same home for 6 years. But I never thought my Big Sis was my Big Sis's Big Sis.
So confusing.
Anyway, Mizuki Date, I will call you Little Big Sis from now on. And you, Mizuki Kuranushi, I will call you Big Sis.
Still, just as confusing.
Mizuki is BB's clone. Date already knows this because BB told him. Xun and Leon do not know this yet. They think they're just sisters. That's probably the best way to explain it, since we don't really have the time to go into whole details. It's a reasonable enough way to keep... I take you haven't told
I
Richie.
have told him that I am safe and sound.
Hello, Fago. Welcome to the stream.
Okay, well, I'm glad you weren't kidnapped.
I am so sorry that I worried you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about all this, you guys.
Are you pretending?
I know that Horadori Institute and NICE are both caught up in the HB case. Gen was created at the Institute, and he was acquaintances with Tokiko. So, by borrowing his mask, I could snoop on Tokiko and other members of Horadori Institute.
But why do you still look like that here?
Horadori Institute and NICE people come here all the time. Imitating Gen makes it easier to eavesdrop on them.
Why'd you reveal your identity
To be
now?
honest, this has gotten way out of hand. I can't do this on my own. We need to work together to stop their plan.
Their plan?
Yeah, their nirvanA initiative. So first, I contacted Mizuki Kuranushi.
Date and I met 6 years ago. He knew how to get a hold of me.
Alright, so the Mizuki we were controlling in the past was actually a BB, I guess to keep it being confusing, and the one the present is the... So when it was saying side Mizuki, it was never wrong. It's just that it never told us there were two
I
Mizukis.
shared everything I had, then told her to find you, Mizuki.
To help stop them?
Basically.
And of course, Ryuki is in both timelines, so that means we were working with him half the time. Who's the corpse of the
Let's
first?
talk about it later. Trust me, if I explain it now, it'll only confuse you.
Let me see one thing.
What? You have more insults to hurl at me for missing 6 years of your life?
I mean, would they be unfounded?
No, it's not that. Maybe she just wanted to hear you say, Mizuki, you've grown so much, or something emotional like that. No, not that either.
Ah, right. For you, it's been 6 years. For me, it's different. I've been back for 4 days dressed like this. I've been watching you guys the whole time. so I don't really have anything sappy to say.
I told you it's not that.
I'm home. Welcome back. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Alright, okay. Let me try this again. Mizuki, I'm home.
Welcome back, Date, but that's not what I wanted to say. I threw away all your porno mag.
I must say, the voice actors are really on point for this game. It's been great the whole way through. I mean, they weren't bad in the first game, but it still feels like they've made a notable improvement in this one. Maybe it just feels that way because it's new? Maybe I should check some of the old VODs just to see, but yeah, they've always been pretty good, but this game feels like it's been a step up in some way or another. Even if it's just, it might just feel that way though, so I'll take a look at it later. Stupid pervert poor collecting old man, also my adopted father. Ha! It's Kizzy. Leon. Where's the real Genny?
I don't know. Not here.
It's fine, I know where he is. Don't you have an idea too?
That's it?
Okay, I'll ask again.
Wait, that's to progress the plot? I thought that was one of the least plot important questions, so I figured I guess I could do that later.
What's the deal with the corpse? Why is it in the freezer?
It's better that you see for yourself.
Let me just show you.
Another corpse?
No, not one more.
Not one at all.
It's half.
The nice Japan branch. That's right. One for Oru.
So, you finished reading the file?
Yeah. Now do you understand? Now you know whose left half is in the freezer. Jin. Jin Furue.
The true Jin Furue.
That's what he really looks like.
And this body?
Uru Somizuki. Terror. He murdered 3 people 6 years ago. Jin, Chikara, and Andy's Komeiji.
Who's right half? Wall's partially broken. There's a hidden safe behind it. Change?
That outfit was so hard to move in, with the wireframe and all the stuffing.
When did you get
Only
here?
a few hours ago, around 1 a.m.
I asked Leon to open the door to the staircase.
So the lock you mentioned earlier.
That's right. The lock to the staircase door.
That's when I asked them about their plans to run away together.
Then the 4 of us headed down the stairs. Leon carried Kizuna down.
And that's when we found the corpse on the ritual platform.
About
I
Uru.
can't really say anything more than what's in the file. Uru Somizuki. He's the child that was kidnapped from Iowan when he was 6.
It was Chikara and Tokiko who took him. They wanted to make him Jin Furue's donor.
And we mean full body donor. He's basically raised like a pet, just as a bunch of spare body parts.
So for over a decade, they did surgery after surgery, giving more and more of Uru to Jin. Half of his face, too.
The skin he lost was replaced by an artificial skin made of carbon chitin. Half his face was transplanted onto Jin's as well.
Right. And it was only half because Jin had a percent-shaped birthmark on the left side of his face.
Which for Chikara's religion means that he's the creator having taken human form to live among them, so he couldn't possibly allow himself to remove
A
something like
holy
that.
symbol for the Order of Percent. It was considered sacred.
Which means whoever murdered him can't be a member of the Order of Percent. They would consider that to killing a sacred cow, basically. They can't do that.
And Chikara, being a devoted follower, couldn't get himself to rip that skin off.
Which is why the left half of Jin's face was left untouched.
And after all those transplants, Jin's body ended up being cut in half.
6 years later, February of this year, Uru's body was cut in half.
So what was discovered was Jin's right half and Uru's left half.
Jin and Uru are essentially mirror images of one another.
So when the police were identifying Uru's body, they got their DNA sample to compare against from Jin's organs.
And because those were originally taken from Uru, it naturally follows that they match.
Right. The DNA only proved that the organs were all from the same person, not necessarily that person was from Jin. That's probably why the body for Jin was rigged to explode, because that would force them to use the organs.
So that's why...
That is the mistake that caused investigators to believe that they were the same person.
How'd you find out?
I used Marco's X-ray function. Marco? The name of my AI ball in my left eye. He's pretty shy. He doesn't talk much. Unlike someone else I know.
Excuse me, are you talking about me?
Mm-hmm. I know Iba really well. We were partners 6 years ago. When I was hired at Abyss, I was supposed to get Marco transplanted into my left eye. But he wasn't finished yet. So instead, I got Iba.
But Iba and Date.
Yeah, Iba and Date were kind of fighting at the time. And I needed to see if I was compatible with an AI ball at all, so...
That explains it.
I see.
Yeah.
I apologize. I do not remember anything from back then.
Yeah, that's why it was important. So yeah, I was correct that the fact there could not be any information or data backups was important, because otherwise Aiba would be able to mention that she knew who the masked woman was, as well as why they were doing what they were doing. And of course, this means... Yeah. It took me, like I said, it took me a while just looking at the flowchart for a while to properly process everything that's going on. Basically, with 6 years ago, we were playing Ryuki, but it wasn't Ryuki here in the present that was doing the stuff. It was Ryuki in the present who did stuff like meeting Tokiko and going into her Somnium. Likewise, when we were doing the terror puzzle and went into again Somnium, that was actually the other Mizuki. We're only the current Mizuki here in the present. Interestingly, this also implies that we'll have another AI Ball buddy in the next game, which I would totally be for. I like these AI Ball characters. I mean, I wasn't big on Tama at first, but she grew on me. So yeah. Yes, this was Ryuki in the past when we ran into Komeiji. And we found him dead. But it's in the present when he came in here to figure out... When he went into, Amame's. No, in the past. Yeah, we were actually... When we followed Ryuki, we thought all of it was taking place 6 years ago, but the truth is no. After a certain point, it was... like, when we discovered Tokyo Body, that was in the present the entire time. We just didn't realize because we went from the past to the future after the days shifted. Indeed, when the days shifted, we went from present Mizuki to past Mizuki. Yeah, the masked woman Mizuki. And of course, these are the separate branches of the story. So yeah, this is a lot to get your head around, but it actually makes a lot of sense here. And I'm glad the game was able to explain it a lot better than I was able to. And yeah, like I said, my initial theory that that the fact they couldn't make backups on the cloud was going to be plot relevant. I just thought it would be for Tama and Ryuki, but no, it's for Aiba and the other Mizuki.
Because of the explosion, right.
That's also why Date tried to protect Aiba at all costs.
Yes, it's kinda sad. I made so many memories with you, Iba.
What's happened up till now? Where were Aiba and Date?
Well, you see, I was so preoccupied with my work.
No, it was because you tried watching VR porn while Iba was still in your left eye.
That does sound like something that would make me very angry.
I told you a million times, it was just a watermelon splitting video.
They were splitting it with their legs, weren't they? Yes, I know what it implies, but the fact that I could go what direction is. First of all, however, I will say the game is not exactly hiding how Date goes. How Date's mind goes. And also, I'm completely shameless. Arlene and Kazuna okay? They're not here right now. We split up,
They're
Ramen.
not going far away, are they?
They should be fine. They said they were going to think hard about where to go.
They're probably being written out for this last, the story for this last push. Because I'm pretty sure we're in the end game now. Jin
I don't need to explain it. You should already know.
Jin Furue, the child of Tokiko and Chikara.
He was born with a rare and complicated disease. It caused inoperable tumors to grow in the right half of his body.
Jin might have had it worst of all.
He got his first transplant when he was really young. I don't think he wanted to take organs from Uru. Remember what it said in Uru's diary? He said he wanted to apologize. I think he is referring to Jin.
So you think the transplant was done against Jin's will?
I'm not positive, but that's just the feeling I get.
Given this is Chikara we're talking, I'd be highly surprised if he considered her consent to be anything more than a professional courtesy, and in no way anything actually required. He's, like I said, like I keep insisting, I would consider Lucifer himself to be less evil than Chikara. What happened up till now?
I wanted to ask Shoma about the genetic experiments, so I visited him.
I looked like Gen, so it didn't raise any concerns.
He told me a lot.
About his body and his older sister. And about the hidden safe.
That's right, he has all the information. Whoops.
Wait,
That's what we came here for.
Shoma has an older sister?
Yeah,
You know her well.
Kizuna and Iris's friend.
A mermaid at Sunfish Pocket.
A mame doi.
Really?
Alright, so we're getting all the information to converge the timelines here.
I've been wondering, 6 years ago, why did Uru cut the bodies in half? That was for the nirvanA initiative, right?
Yeah, but what does that have to do with the plan? And speaking of, is the nirvanA initiative still happening? I mean, after all, Terror's dead.
Right. The mastermind is dead. But you saw it. On the night of the 13th, on the rooftop of Misatan.
So there's a second terror going on here.
That was terror. It was definitely Uru's voice. But Uru should have been dead.
Perhaps his voice was recorded.
Either way, the rehearsal happened even after Terror died.
And someone claiming to be him made that voice
Which
clip.
means
The main event will likely still happen as well.
Yeah, it's safe to assume it will proceed as planned.
And we know
I
what
still don't understand the full scope of the nirvanA initiative.
I can guess what it is, but I think they're going to recap it here.
When? Where? How? We are completely in the dark.
why don't you ask the culprit?
Yeah, good idea. Hey, Uru. What's up with your plan, you asshole?
No, that's not what I meant. There are other culprits. Whoever killed Uru and Tokiko.
You believe they might know something about the nirvanA initiative?
I'm pretty sure I know what the nirvanA initiative is. To spread that strange virus across the world to compel people into doing basically QR testing. Things that people normally wouldn't do, and therefore things that the creator of the supposedly simulated world could not have prepared for. Kind of like how a QR tester attempts to break the game and go outside the usual boundaries by doing something that wasn't intended by the developers. That's basically what they're trying to do here. Break the seams of the world until it becomes so big that it tears open and we all escape the Matrix, basically.
I don't know for sure, but they at least might have some clues.
However, we don't know where or when still, so even if we know what their goal explicitly is, we don't exactly know where and when to combat it.
We don't have enough information yet. Looks like we're gonna need some extra help.
Help?
Over here. Come with me.
There's nothing over here.
You would think that, right? But check this out.
Open sesame!
Marco, please.
Is this to the execution chamber? A place they keep mentioning, but we haven't exactly seen yet.
What is this?
Do you like it? Erotic, isn't it?
Of course your mind goes there, Date.
How is this in any way erotic?
Much more erotic than watermelon splitting.
Let's get going.
Yeah.
Uh. Oh,
What?
this is the old place that was destroyed.
What does this mean?
It means exactly what you see.
There are 2 cathedrals?
That's right.
Mizuki, look.
Ryuki.
I'm here too.
Tama.
How is Ryuki doing?
Terrible. It was a bad idea to show him this place. He's been like this for hours.
Are you alright?
He appears to at least be breathing.
It might not be if there was rope and a branch in here. This has been eating at Ryuki for the past 6 years. He regretted what he did and blamed himself. He betrayed Date and shot Mizuki Kuranushi with stun bullets.
So this is what he meant when he said he betrayed Date. He was being blackmailed into doing something terrible, and then ended with the cathedral explosion here in the second cathedral. And that's no wonder he's been feeling so awful about it. And yeah, so it seems Tama did not lose her information. She is well aware of what the true order in which things happened, where and why. That's very interesting.
And what happened to Mizuki, Date, and Kizuna on top of that? Yeah, Terror detonated the bomb, but it was Ryuki who told Date about this place. If he never did, Kizuna and Mizuki wouldn't have been hurt. That's what's been plaguing him. He started drinking, which made the whole thing worse.
I don't care if he feels bad about it. I still don't forgive him.
Easy. He had his reasons.
While he was being coerced, that doesn't change that, he kinda shot her. That's not I can't really blame her for not wanting to just let bygones be bygones.
Also implemented a self-destruct program. If I activate it, she'll be lost forever.
What about the self-destruct program in
I was
Tama?
overhauled completely during maintenance a few years back, and that function was deleted.
Well, that's good at the very least. That's something we don't have to worry
That's
about.
when Ryuki opened up about what happened.
Why didn't you share this earlier?
I couldn't. Ryuki betrayed Abyss. He did something you can't come back from.
I see. Tama kept quiet about it because she couldn't. She wanted to protect him at all costs.
I couldn't let anyone find out.
So you protected him.
It's the same reason I didn't upload the investigation data from 6 years ago.
Right, she'd still have the investigation data since she was not destroyed like Tama was, like a Aiba was. Tama still has all of her memories from that time.
I made an oath. No matter what, I will protect Ryuki.
But Ryuki himself could have informed us sooner.
You should know why he didn't do that. Why he gave in to Terror's demands.
He wanted to protect his loved ones.
Wouldn't you do the same?
Oh, that's a cute big eye. Oh, Kizuna.
I heard. So she eloped, huh? Had nothing to do with the video.
Yeah, I'm hoping letting him know that she's fine and she's eloped with her future husband will at least give him
It
something.
was just Ryuki's active imagination.
I was hoping that might help him a bit. Why are you here?
Date called me.
Yeah. I told him to head over to the other cathedral.
Does that mean he saw Uru's corpse in Tokiko's file?
He did. Yep. And then he came here through the hidden passage.
It's Ryuki. The rubble. Crazier. The torch is lit. Date and the others must have lit it earlier. Sand coming from the ceiling. Thick pillars. 2 cathedrals?
Marco, can you send Aiba the data?
Got it. Opening it, it is a cross-section of the two cathedrals.
See, so yeah, this is the east one, the one we came through.
You get it now? There's one on the east and one on the west.
Terror blew up the west one.
That explains a bit, yeah.
This one, right here.
Which happens to be the same side Ryuki met Terror, what he called his execution chamber.
On the east side was Uru's corpse and Tokiko's file.
And that mysterious box.
The one connected to the Nyes building is the east one. You can take the elevator up to the president's office.
Why two?
Huh. Beats me.
Maybe it has something to do with what Nyes believes. 2 in 1. I think they were obsessed with that.
Stupid shameless man. She seems a little pissed off about Ryuki.
Do you hate Ryuki? Of course I do. I want to shove a pipe in his mouth and stir up his organs. 6 years ago, he... It made my heart condition worse. It affected my work. I can't investigate properly if I have to go to the hospital all the time.
Oh. He likely intended to stun, thinking it would just be fine. Yeah, he put it to stun, hoping to cause as little damage as possible, but he didn't realize that her heart condition might have been exacerbated by that. He probably would have done something else if he knew the damage would have been much more significant.
But when I heard you recently joined Abyss, I shadowed you. And February 10th, when you went to the stadium, I got there before you and found the corpse. At the time, I had no clue it was Uru's left half, but I knew it had to do with the HB case from 6 years ago. I told you before that the one thing I wanted was for you to live a normal life. I couldn't let you get caught up in this case. I had to stop you. That's why...
Oh, that's why she pretended to shoot us.
I see. You shot at Mizuki to dissuade her from finding the corpse.
Well, that's one long-standing mystery finally solved.
Ryuki, you made a mistake. But lying around here in all your misery isn't gonna fix anything. If you really regret what you did, solve this case. That's the only way to atone. Ryuki, I remember one night we went out drinking. You told me about your little brother. You always talk about him when you drink. You made him a promise, right? You said, I'll become a hero of justice.
That's why his obsession with All Might.
If I've fallen, I just need to get back up again. You used to say it all the time. It doesn't matter how many times you fall. As long as you have a body to do it, you climb back up again. Come on, Ryuki. Climb above the debris. It doesn't matter if you're pitiful. It doesn't matter if you show vulnerability. You struggle, you crawl, and you make it back to the top. That's what we do. That's what makes us human.
Mr. Date. Everyone, I...
Has something.
Ryuki, now's not the time to cry. Come climb up here.
You mean...
There'll be plenty of time for tears after, for better or for worse.
Don't get me wrong. I'll only forgive you after we solve this case. So...
Okay.
After that, we all shared our information. Iba, Tom, and Marco shared everything on the local network. Date received everything as well via the device implanted in his eye socket. Anything that wasn't recorded electronically, we simply shared verbally. Alright, so Iba's the yellow eye, Tom is the red eye, and Marco is the blue eye. Everything from 6 years ago. Everything from this year. All the information, including Somnium, from top to bottom.
So, the first thing on the agenda is stopping the nirvanA initiative.
When? Where? How? We don't know anything about it.
It's supposed to be affecting people globally, but can they really fire missiles around the globe without people noticing?
We should know everything except where. Tama shared all her data, right?
I did receive the information.
I didn't give it a close look. Ryuki, can you tell us more about the nirvanA initiative?
Yeah. I'll explain everything in order. First, Terror, Uru, created a video.
Don't worry about me. You should talk to Ryuki.
Why are you talking to me? It's Ryuki's turn, isn't it?
So now we're gonna have the truth about all the
Uru
videos.
created 3 videos. QR video, nirvanA trial, and nirvanA X. The QR video was the first.
The QR code on the signboard in Jin's body. That was a link to the video, right?
Right. So it was first made public 6 years ago, on February 10th. The motive was...
Merely a small part of my plan. It's the prototype.
There were stories about people who went missing after watching the video, but...
It's just an urban legend. I don't know.
Yeah, Terror confirms that no one went missing. It was just the internet being the internet, which honestly is probably one of the most easy to grasp things about what's going on, simply because you know how the internet goes.
It was actually the second video that caused people to go missing. The nirvanA trial.
Let me grab a sip of my drink here before I move on. There we go. It's Ryuki about the
It
nirvanA
was
trial.
uploaded on February 9th.
Back when Uru was still alive.
But what for?
I think it was a beta version of nirvanA X, the third video. For testing purposes for the main event.
Testing what?
There was a code, like BATS 490, in the nirvanA trial video.
The first one was just a prototype to mess with people. At best, maybe get them hyped about the second.
That code led to the Eastern Cathedral. The coordinates led to the staircase.
Yeah, but that door has tons of locks.
Right, but the staircase had another code. By solving that, you could collect the numerous keys located all over the city.
Oh, interesting. So basically it was a scavenger hunt like the... Oh, so Terra really does like these little games, and that's why he had the other Mizuki go through them all. That's interesting. Yeah, he actually was the type for those kinds of games the whole way.
And those who did solve everything would be able to unlock the door to the Eastern Cathedral. Did you notice the box? Inside was a device that shot TC Purge. If you open the box, it triggers.
When it enters the brain, it can even overwrite the DNA structure inside neurons. It can make you see things, make you dance. It makes you do weird things over and over.
And it spreads in the air. If this virus gets out somehow, the human race is in for a rough trip.
Yeah, definitely the pack your bags, you're going on a trip type of trip.
Can you picture it? The whole world going crazy. People everywhere doing unpredictable things. Crazy things. Over and over.
I'll be honest. I contracted TC Purge.
And that's why he couldn't stand watching the videos, because TC Purge was activating within him anytime he saw it.
Because I opened the box.
That's right, we saw it before.
But it's okay. Ryuki has developed a resistance to it. And he can't spread it either. Having said that, TC Purge is still a problem.
Alright, so basically, over the course of the years since his exposure to it, he's become resilient so it won't affect him again. However, just one person being resilient or immune is not going to help anything. And of course, it makes sense that the virus won't spread because they probably didn't design it to... They probably didn't design it to be contagious. They probably just figured, just make it airborne, go with whoever it can, and doesn't matter what is beyond that, because the goal is to infect as many people as possible and create a tear in the world.
Before the body develops a resistance, it can spread.
Oh, it can.
Not to mention the neurons that are damaged can't be repaired.
Oh, so it is contagious.
That's why Ryuki was acting weird.
Is that what it looked like? When I was infected with TC Purge, my symptoms got worse. Disorientation, short-term memory loss, hallucinations.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. That's why it looked like everything was a simulation. Not because it was, but because he was... Because he was experiencing its effects.
He's been seeing hallucinations for 6 years now. The mental trauma of what happened to his brother.
Right.
Anyway, those who solved the code and opened the box contracted TC Purge. And as a result, they started acting strangely.
And now, there are people dancing and rioting in the streets. And a lot of suicides.
I see. These people would have no motivation to return home.
Oh yeah, so that explains why they disappeared. They contract it and then go off and do whatever.
That's why so many people went missing.
In other words, Uru's experiments were a success.
So that's what the nirvanA trial trick was for. Or to test the QR code video was just to make sure people could all of it or get excited enough to look forward to a next one, possibly getting more eyes on it than it might otherwise. When the nirvanA trial came, they all started looking through it. That means people were more eager to go through it, and that tested to make sure that the virus itself worked as intended, and of course, it works as a charm. So now that he knows both work.
He's dead now, but his plan is still alive.
I'm guessing his lackeys are carrying out the plan now, to raise the curtain on the main event.
That's the thing. Did he plan on his own death, or was it just one that happened? He was killed in the same way of all the other victims. So it could have been entirely a ritualistic thing where he had his minions put him through the machine in order to continue making a, Sorry, I was about to sneeze there. In order to make a point, or basically a ritualistic sort of thing, I shall now go ahead of you to nirvanA or whatever. However, that doesn't explain why Tokiko also died. Again, it could have been, I will go on ahead, you will all follow me very soon, or something like that, but it could also be something else.
I think I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna shoot the rocket somewhere.
With TC Purge on the warhead.
The rocket will explode.
And the virus will spread?
Yeah.
Most likely, yes.
But in that case, how are they going to be spreading it? Because, I mean, if countries see a bunch of strange, suspicious missiles firing all over the world from Japan, they're highly likely to start taking measures to defend against them. So if it needs to be on somewhere on the way on the other side of the world, it might not reach that in time before they get intercepted or something. Sure, it could be close enough if it gets enough people from just the East Asian countries, but at the same time...
Tons of people will get infected with TC Purge.
It will grow in their bodies.
And inevitably spread.
From one person to another.
And we've learned it is contagious, which is even worse, because not only is it airborne, but it's contagious. They're basically playing that one game where your job is to try and infect the entire world.
If we do things that are beyond the comprehension of the designer, simultaneously, all around the world, bugs will start appearing everywhere.
This will lead all mankind to reach moksha, an emancipation from this fictional world.
That is the nirvanA Initiative.
Even if this nirvanA thing turns out to be bullshit, the virus itself is a problem.
Yeah. If it turns out there is no simulated world, then basically just a bunch of people are going to be going nuts, dying, all that sort of stuff. Mass chaos.
I don't know if it will really cause glitches to appear or anything, but it'll be mass hysteria.
There is already an uptick in suicides.
So when's the plan?
The final video, nirvanA X, is already public.
There's a 7-digit number, which is probably a time and a date.
February 15th, 12 o'clock.
That is no good.
Noon, today.
Iva, what time is it now?
7:55 a.m.
We barely have 4 hours left.
We need to figure out where.
Well...
We don't know.
So we have all the details except where.
My guess is the other letters that were in the video are some kind of code too. Maybe they point to a location.
No, I converted the letters to numbers and checked the coordinates.
It's an area in the Pacific Ocean. No land around. I don't think those coordinates are where the plan is happening.
Then where could it be?
Oh, I remember something Bibi said earlier. The culprit who killed Uru and Tokiko. Maybe they have a clue.
But how are we going to find Terror 2
Right.
terrorize harder?
Well, in that case, there is one person. I don't know if they're the culprit, but they might have some valuable information. I didn't know where to find them before. But I've got a good idea now. That person, she's probably with Shoma.
Ah, that explains why they do both have the same bike. That explains it. After all, each day ended with each Mizuki on their bicycle, on their motorbike traveling around.
I understand. I'll tell you the truth.
Big sis!
Amame!
The corpse in the freezer at Brahmin. I'm the reason it's there. It's my fault.
Right, it was in the other timeline where we learned that, so she needs to repeat it here.
6 years ago, February 11th, my father called me here. Shoma wasn't here. Only my father and half a corpse.
Mame told us that Jin's body was hidden under the floor, the same body half that was in the suitcase. Mame said she'd take care of it. She brought it to Gen and they stored it in the freezer at Brahmin. That must be where
Genny didn't do anything wrong. I asked him to do it.
he put it in the freezer and then he intentionally broke the lock. But Date didn't realize that was the issue, so when Date asked Leon to break open the lock for him, they were genuinely confused as to what was in there because Gen didn't tell them. Probably because I guess Gen assumed that they'd just leave it behind, and when they realized they couldn't get in.
And Shoma has nothing to do with this. He just found out too.
Mame, that's not what we're here to ask.
We're looking for the person who killed Terror and Tokiko.
What? Terror is dead?
We didn't have time to explain everything. We told them about Terror's identity and the nirvanA initiative as quickly as we could.
You can tell us more about what you know at the station.
Yeah, it's, this is a lot to take in, but...
Amame, will you come with us?
No! I don't care what you say! You can't take Big Sis away!
I agree with Shoma. I don't want you taking Amame away.
What's the problem?
We just want to talk.
Wait, Amame,
Wait, was she the one who killed them?
did you kill Terror and Tokiko?
Exactly.
What are you saying?
Amame didn't kill anyone!
I won't let you! She's my sister!
But we're not here to arrest Mame.
The statute of limitations for abandoning a corpse is 3 years.
She can't be prosecuted for hiding a body 6 years ago.
But I have a bad feeling.
A bad feeling?
If she's not guilty of anything, then that's all the more reason you can't take her. I'm not gonna let anyone drag her away. I already lost my dad. If you take Big Sis, I'm gonna... When I was in 1st grade, Big Sis gave me a radio-controlled toy. That's how I got into building things. She took me to robot expos and bought me books and parts. And she's working hard to save money to send me to college. These last 6 years have been hell. It was hard and painful. Sometimes I wanted to die. But she's always cheered me up and supported me.
During all of the gene therapy.
Big Sis always protected me. Now it's my turn to protect her. She's more important to me than my own life. So, if you're gonna take her, you're gonna have to kill me first.
Shoma.
She's not going to talk.
You finished that robot, right?
Oh, yeah.
You named it Robo-G, huh?
Yeah. It's the second one, like a second child, so I named him Robo-G. He's much more powerful than before. It can hold so much more weight than the previous model.
Oh, that explains... If Amame is the second Terror, then that explains how she had access to it. He even directly said, nobody except Ryuki and close friends like Amame knew about its existence.
Wait a minute, who cares? Could you people just leave?
Sorry. I can't let you do that. I came here to protect Amame. Date, if only you didn't find the body in the freezer.
Well, that's the thing. He must have just... Yeah, I'm thinking he must have just assumed when Date found the freezer broken and couldn't get in there, he'd just ignore it. He didn't consider that he'd get a locksmith to break it open.
I'm trying to tell you, we're not here to arrest anyone.
But I just can't let you.
Yeah, Mame has to have... Either she directly killed them or she was the contributor to their deaths, because they wouldn't be protecting her this hard if... It seems unlikely they'd be protecting her this hard, at the very least, if they didn't think there was actually a real threat she could be arrested.
Again, you're not making any sense.
Hold on. Are you hiding something?
Amame accepted every part of me. She saw me for who I was. It wasn't out of pity or sympathy. Her accepting me came naturally, like it was nothing.
She was the first person to ever accept him for who he was, rather than see him as a monster. Of course he'd be very connected. And of course, Shoma, he basically went through a rash course of losing everyone that mattered to him over the course of a matter of weeks back, 6 years prior.
I've never met anyone like her, and I need to care for her the way she's cared for me. I promise to protect Amame, so I can't let you.
Kenny.
That's all the more reason then.
If you really have those feelings for her,
If we do nothing, Terror will accomplish his mission.
A terrible virus is going to spread.
the world will devolve into chaos. No one will be safe.
Not even Amame.
No.
So you need to help us.
We need Mame's information to stop this plan.
Amame must know something.
Are you okay with ruining her future?
Don't you want to protect her?
Then please.
Danny. We're hitting him right where it hurts, but fact of the matter is, like I said, if we just... I get they want to protect at all costs, but if the nirvanA project goes off, then it doesn't matter how much they want to protect her. They can't. They just straight up can't protect her from an airborne virus that spreads contagiously from people. Well, it's just not possible, no matter how much physical strength you have.
Do you hate Terror? The man who killed your father? Terror's plan is still ongoing. The nirvanA initiative? It's going to bring Nai's madness to the whole world.
We need to talk to Mame in order to stop it. Do you want Terror to win? Don't you want to stop his plan?
Destroy his ambitions?
Isn't that the only way to get closure for your father's death?
If you resent Terror, if you want revenge, please. We need your help, Shoma.
Reason we want to
Mame.
talk.
You know something important, don't you?
Yeah, she might not... Even if she's not directly involved, it's clear she knows something.
Something about the nirvanA initiative and Terror. Maybe something about Tokiko. That's what we're here to find out. Well...
I know this is a touchy subject, so let me say it. Terror killed Komeiji, your father. It stands to reason that you absolutely despise Terror.
Are you saying she killed him?
That's ridiculous!
February... 6 years ago on February 13th.
6 years ago on February 13th, you saw Terror, didn't you, Mame?
Yeah, most of us saw him.
At Studio Devita?
What happened back then? What did he say?
Oh, that's right.
You still haven't told us. I looked into her head yesterday, but there was nothing on what happened at Devita.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because the timeline he looked in very recently.
But in the Somnium, Mame said...
nirvanA, collected, genocide.
Which would mean you know something about the nirvanA initiative.
February 10th of this year.
5 days ago, on February 10th. Did you meet with Tokiko? We don't have hard evidence, but a witness saw you.
Anyway, Mame headed into Horadori Institute by herself.
She was meeting something, yeah.
I saw another person follow her in right after. It was Tokiko. Tokiko Shigure, president of Nai's Japan.
February 12th of this
Ryuki
year.
looked into Tokiko's head 3 days ago on February 12th.
Right, the thing we thought was in the past was actually now in the present.
He saw Tokiko threatening someone.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
Since we know she confirmed she was speaking with Tokiko, we know that was,
Could
okay.
Tokiko have been threatening you, Amame?
Thermite.
No way.
A thermite bomb.
A what?
You're right.
It sure is.
That little... Hey, Shoma, what is this?
Wait, thermite explosives
It's
here?
a bomb. A thermite bomb.
I know that!
Then why did you ask?
Why is it here?
I made it.
You made it?
Thermite reactions are pretty simple. You can make one easily using common products.
But why did you make it?
Well, to get revenge for my dad. I wanted to get terror.
You were going to use this on him?
Yeah, but I guess it has no use now. Terror is dead, right?
Yeah, he is, but...
God damn it. You just made the situation so much worse.
Let's decide what to do about that later. Right. There is a more pressing issue.
So why was Amame's head missing?
What
the
are we
stuff
going
that-
to do?
The two of them aren't going to budge.
I really don't want to do this, but if we have to use force...
No, you can't do this.
Yeah, I won't let you take Big Sis!
Yeti. Shoma, that's enough.
Amame.
Big Sis.
It's okay. I'll come back right away. Promise.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
You promise?
I promise.
Now, Mame.
Let's go.
She's the only one who could help us stop the nirvanA initiative. Time's running out. We're going to do another one this time. It's like, this is likely to be the final one.
Is Ryuki gonna be okay? We left him there.
Well, we had to.
We couldn't just leave the bomb unattended.
So you left Ryuki to keep an eye on things.
The bomb squad should be headed to Shoma's house right now.
It's quite a shock, though. Amame was the one who killed Uru and Tokiko.
I never said that.
But she's suspicious as all hell, isn't she?
Regardless of how suspicious she is, she should know something about the nirvanA initiative.
Yeah, we can worry about the murders later. Right?
When Ryuki synced into her yesterday, he didn't find anything.
Do not worry. I received the Somnium data from Tama. Because we are returning for a second time, we should be able to go deeper than we did previously.
All right, we're ready to go.
Start it up.
Alright, this is the last one. We gotta make it count.
I'm sure you already know this, but the time limit inside Somnium is...
Oh my god, alright already. If you say it one more time, I'm gonna sock you.
Okay. Let's begin.
Sunfish pocket. Yeah, we can worry about Umezuki later. Even if she did take out Terra and Tokiko, well, people are always kind of iffy on wanting to punish someone who killed a serial killer, since that's still a net. We can worry about that later.
TV.
Right now, we need to stop a much bigger problem. Even the ethics could be debated later.
To the quiz show, Face to Face. I am your host, Andy's Komeiji.
A quiz show?
She always loved the quiz shows. Even the last Somnium was a quiz show.
It disappeared.
I don't know anything.
Huh?
I really don't know.
Mame?
Mizuki, the data we got from Tama might come in handy. It's from when Ryuki synced with Amame.
Right. When we shared information at the cathedral earlier.
Right. Whatever it is, it's possible she's even hiding the truth from
I
herself.
extracted the evidence data that looked promising and converted it to a more usable format. Project this outward, and the structure of this Somnium world will waver and unveil hidden information.
In other words,
If we show Mommy the intel we got from Tama, we'll get a reaction.
Yes, but not just Amame. You can use the information to target many things in this Somnium.
So you're saying I can target, like, objects?
Correct.
If anything looks fishy, I'll try it out.
The details are under look. View the information there.
But Amame said in the yesterday's sync to see his murder terror. Right, side secrets. Key information and sound, memory and wound. Ooh, this is an interesting clue list.
According to Tama's info, in the previous sync, there was a quiz battle. This is the first stage, the scavenger quiz. Amame likes music and voices. She collected many different kinds of sounds. She became highly skilled in gaining information from sounds.
So that might mean that there's information in the sound of Mame's Somnium.
During this sync, we should focus on the sound.
That also might explain how she was able to get information from Terror without necessarily having to see him act.
This is Mame's Somnium from yesterday. Ryuki and Tama competed in a quiz battle to get this information. The information is as follows. Amame was often troubled, but when in doubt, she always chose the right option. When in doubt or when needing to hide something, she chose the option on the right. Thusly, all the occult quiz answers were on the right side.
So that wasn't just by chance.
This may be a common rule in Amame's Somnium.
Something good to keep in mind, then. Memory in the wound.
This is information Ryuki and Tama acquired playing the Spot the Difference game in Amame's Somnium. Amame came across many wounded things, important things, the heart, blood. She carries all of that damage inside.
So she's injured inside.
All the correct answers were bloodied or otherwise damaged when playing the Spot the Difference game.
So we should look out for damaged things during the sync.
Yes, let's keep that in mind.
What Amame said.
More information we got from Ryuki regarding Mame's sync. nirvanA, collected, genocide.
Yeah, the nirvanA collect people.
Amame said these words.
That has to be about the nirvanA initiative.
Most likely.
Mame must know something.
This is the reason Ryuki decided to sink into Amame. According to the investigation, there was a high likelihood Amame saw Terror when she found Komeji's body, but this has not yet been confirmed. That's all of it.
Looks promising for the investigation.
Yes. Let's use this wisely.
Is it on the right, her right, or our right?
Now, Aiba.
Got it. Somnium scan, activate.
I think this is the first time we've synced in the same person multiple times. Usually you don't... Granted, that's because usually you don't need to do it more than once, but obviously this is a special case. If they do another one of these, we might have yet another. Mental lock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my. 7. Oh, there's a lot of these. 8. Holy crap, how many of these are there? Uncover Mame's secret. She knows info, but for some reason she's hiding it. A lot of people have secrets hidden, but usually not this deep.
8 mental locks.
More than usual.
That shows how strongly she is willing to hide her secret.
Let's hope we don't run into black mental locks like from Phoenix Wright. Those will not break no matter what you use. Currently, she has a secret, which she covers with a lie. In the Somnium, inspecting objects will make evidence. You can check the obtained evidence. Checking something, you can just, like, show evidence from the options.
It's Amame.
Talk.
Amame, can you tell me what you know about the nirvanA initiative?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
The same answer. It seems suspicious.
According to the info Tama gave us, she has to know something.
The fact it's hidden so deep, it could be that she's the one who killed Terror and Tokiko and wants to keep a secret. But it could also be that she's involved and wants it to happen to some degree.
Would you like to show her the evidence? It might cause a reaction.
Let's show her some evidence.
When her hidden truth is uncovered, the veil of lies will crumble.
It's Amame.
How about what Amame said in yesterday's sync?
Let's confirm the details.
This is information Ryuki got from Amame during yesterday's sync.
She has to be talking about the nirvanA initiative.
Yes. We should show her this.
Here, on top of time spent for deductions, every time you show, time will be depleted. When you are correct, the current total spent time will be depleted. Look does not deplete time, so organize your information and choose wisely.
Amame, yesterday you said nirvanA, collected, genocide. Though it was in a dream, you were talking about the nirvanA initiative, correct?
It was just an internet rumor.
What site was it on?
She's not saying anymore.
Yeah, she's not even giving a canned response like Twitter or Reddit, which you could blame anything on. Well, the not versions that exist in this universe, like Nile. Which, yeah, implies that it's not something she just saw somewhere randomly.
I would like to keep questioning her, but I don't think we have anything that can draw more out of her.
Let's check other locations. According to Tama,
the characteristics we are looking for are something related to sound, something damaged, and right side only.
A certain time, Amame. Sound.
A Volkman. A cassette tape player.
It's the one Mame always has on her. Oh, this song.
It was a gift from Gen.
Mame.
It has affected her emotionally, but she is still not responding. The evidence was related to sound. Why not try it on this?
What? The Volkman?
Yes. It might trigger a change. A Volkman.
Show evidence. Information, sound. Oh, it was Terror who said those things, not her. She was just recounting them.
It's Mame's voice.
The sound was distorted in the beginning. I was able to make out some words.
Oh, it disappeared.
We got the evidence. It should be fine. It's not information she got from the internet.
Let's show Mame again.
Started having. Voice can't be determined, but she heard it from somewhere. Evidence for how she knew was.
Amame, you heard about the nirvanA initiative from someone. We have an idea of who that person was, but let's set that aside for now. In any case, you couldn't forget what you heard. In your dream yesterday, you said, nirvanA, collected, genocide. Amame, answer me. What is the nirvanA initiative?
I don't know.
Intersection between the warp and left. That's where the scene can occur.
Learned about the nirvanA initiative. Find out how Nyes is involved.
Stop! I don't know anything.
What's this?
She's got an M?
This is Amame's defensive reaction. She really wants to hide something. However, it appears to be permeable. We are one step closer. We should continue to evaluate how she reacts to get the information we are looking for.
Let's look around. Looks like a lot changed.
We are looking for something related to sound, something damaged, and right side only.
Mizuki, you have 5 minutes left.
Mysterious person. Scattered magazine.
It is in pieces, but I can determine that this is some kind of occult magazine.
Hello, James. This game is welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm a bit to focus, but I think this might be the last Somnium of the game.
Before.
Why is it in pieces?
It's something damaged. Piece it together, I guess.
A book on Nai's teachings.
Aye. She a member of the Nais this whole time.
Mame? Do you have some kind of connection with Nais?
I read about it online.
That is not possible. This information is not available online.
Is Amame lying?
Yes.
I wonder why the occult magazine turned into that book.
Perhaps due to this Somnium, everything is presenting a false appearance, hiding its true identity.
I believe you are correct.
A false appearance.
Well, there's 8 locks here, so whatever it is definitely hidden deep. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up having to redo it a couple times just to try and make that time limit.
Hey Mizuki, doesn't this book look like just the right side?
Oh, can we use the evidence?
She started having recurring dreams.
Nai's teachings.
Elephant
It's an
trinket.
elephant figure.
Put on your head, pet head.
Nai's teaching.
Only the right side.
This is the truth?
That seems to be the case. That doll was the one in the Nai's president's office. If Amame knows about it...
She has to have been
Mame,
there.
Did you go to the president's office?
Well, Amame?
I always talked about it with Iris, the secret society of Nais. I was curious, so I went to seek them out.
That means she could have heard about the nirvanA initiative from Tokiko.
Maybe it was so insane to her that it scared her, and she wanted to hide it.
It's possible. Even Tokiko's own Somnium blocked out the nirvanA initiative like an SCP article. There's so little information on it.
If that was the reason, she could have simply told us at this point.
Yeah, true. There's another reason she can't tell us.
Her obsession with the occult means she could very well have been a member this entire time and simply never told us. Learn the truth. Bring dreams, the people. Mysterious
This is
person.
suspicious.
Who is it?
Elephant
It's an
trinket.
elephant figure.
Put it on your head.
I refuse.
You have about 4 minutes left.
Okay.
This is suspicious.
Who is it?
Terror, not this. Or to further narrow down who they might be. Oh, so it had to be Tokiko.
Amame came into contact with you and subconsciously stored information related to you. The reason the doll appeared in the Somnium is because Amame went to your room, and the reason Nai's teachings were found here is because she met you.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. The doll was not broken at one point, which means... Which should have been another clue to me that the timeline wasn't entirely correct, because it doesn't make sense for Mizuki to be there and supposedly 6 years later, yet the doll's in one piece, and yet for Ryuki, he directly saw it get smashed.
Which would make you Tokiko Shigure?
The code to the basement is 4901095.
Huh?
It is Tokiko. We should ask her what relationship she had with Amame.
Yeah, let's show her the evidence.
What happened? Total time spent. Mame knew about the book. If we had Tokiko's information here. She knows about this. She had to have been in Tokiko's room. She also said she was seeking them out because she was curious. There's no solid proof she met with Tokiko yet, and the proof for that would be that she knows the code.
Amame, have you seen a book of Nai's teachings? They only exist in Nai's facilities. And the broken glass doll, that was in the Nai's president's office, Tokiko's room. And you knew the access code that only Tokiko should know. What happened between you and Tokiko? Tell me everything, Amame.
Well,
I do kind of like how they're doing the evidence presenting here more than they did in the first game. In the first one, you could just show evidence during interrogations, which does work. I wouldn't mind if they returned in a theoretical third Somnium Files game, but I also think mixing with the Somniums here has been really interesting so far.
I saw everything. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
I can't run from it. I need to do it.
Threatened by Tokiko. I suppose I can't be surprised Tokiko's almost as bad as Chikara. I mean, she is the leader of an actual cult, after all, no matter how much she keeps insisting it's a scientific institution, in big-ass quotation marks. The question with no answer has no, even so.
I knew it. Amame was being threatened by Tokiko.
Stop!
And we already know Tokiko is threatening Shoma not to allow anyone to know.
I don't know anything!
Wait. Tokiko was murdered.
What are you trying to say? Mame would never do that.
Yeah, it seems unlikely Amame would be capable of that, because remember, Tokiko was murdered the same as the others, which means she had to be killed with that machine. In order for Tokiko to be responsible, we do have things that connect her to the Horadori Institute. We don't have any information that she would know how to run a machine like that.
Tokiko had some kind of leverage over Amame. Some kind of secret. To keep her quiet. That would be motive.
Indeed, but in that case, we need to know exactly how she'd have the means in which to use the machine to commit a murder, and indeed how to keep Tokiko standing still.
No.
Oh, and one more thing. Date was explaining this at the Enda household earlier. Amame has motive to kill Terror as well.
Well, to be fair, the grand majority of people have reason to kill Terror. But yeah,
Her father was killed by Terror.
She has an especially personal
Andy's
one.
Komeiji.
This is exactly how he was found.
So his body is inside the bag.
We have to open it, I think. Because we have to face the truth like she did.
Yonaharu Enda. She saw the mutilated body of her own father. It must have shaken her to the core.
That would massively mess up someone even my age. For someone her age, that's just awful.
She was pretty off, I remember. Totally zoned out, like she wasn't even there.
Right.
That's to be expected, though. It's not the kind of thing you just forget. We got info from Tama regarding when the body was found.
Let's show that evidence.
When the body was found, just... The reason that Ryuki sank is high likelihood saw when she found Komeiji's body. Damage, you should inspect it.
A body bag.
I need to waste that times 2 somewhere.
This is from 6 years.
It's the sign that was stabbed into Jin Furue's body. The QR code leads to the ViewCube video. It was linked to the QR video.
Read the QR code.
It takes me to the QR video page.
That was basically just a waste of time, but I needed to waste that time.
AKA Andy.
1/6. But evidence can be found from the body bag. Yeah, she had to have seen Terror during that time.
Terror's iron mask.
6 years ago, at the studio, I saw them.
Hang.
I was trying to untie Ryuki, and they came in, pushing a stretcher. So I ran. But they got me. Next thing I knew, I had a gun pointed at me.
She almost died that day herself, spared largely from the fact that, well, as soon as he heard the others coming in,
Ryuki suspected, Amame had contact with Terror, Uru. At that time, she probably did not realize that inside the body bag.
And Terror's probably fine just adding her to the list of victims, but then when he heard the others outside, he knew he couldn't stick around because he had no idea how many would be there or whether or not they could overpower him.
Was Komeji's corpse. But when Ryuki regained consciousness, Amame saw it, and
she realized the man in the iron mask she saw was the person who killed him.
Yes.
Question with no answer has no right
3
or
minutes
wrong.
left,
Even
Mizuki.
so,
Careful now.
It's Uru.
We break it.
It might relieve some of Mame's stress.
I expect nothing to happen, but
It disappeared.
No good. I want to do something to help relieve her burden.
Andy's coming outfit. Yeah, the headphones are different.
Shoma's headphones.
Information and sound. The sound-based items, so
Huh. I can hear something.
Since Shoma's gone, I'm gonna borrow this. I'm sorry.
Shoma's robot.
oh, so she was the one who used the robot to place the body.
Mame took Shoma's robot with her?
I used it to go shopping. That's it.
That is not possible.
The center circle at the stadium. It is highly likely that it was that mono-wheel robot that carried Uru's body there.
Right, but without using the slicer, it's impossible. Mame didn't know that the slicer was in the basement of Horadori Institute.
I don't know about that.
Trident, I don't know how much that's going to help, but the fact that the mask is now split in half is heavily implying something.
The iron mask. It's broken in half, down the middle.
It is the left side. Or, depending on how you look at it, the right side of the wearer. Indeed, let's call it the right eye side.
Show evidence, the right side.
This is...
A statue.
The statue at Horadori Institute?
Wait, she knew about the keypad back there.
Nothing looks off about it at first glance, but there's gotta be something.
We should search this place.
Oh. So she heard the group come in at the time, and that means she was in there.
I thought I heard something.
I think you're just hearing things.
So she was hidden inside there the entire time.
It is a little past 12 a.m. on the 13th. This is the conversation that was held in the basement of Horadori Institute.
So, what we were hearing was Mame?
If she was not present, this conversation would not have played. Amame knew how to get to the basement. I suppose she was headed there on that day too.
Yeah, sounds more and more like she was a genuine member of their cult.
But she heard your voices and scrambled to hide.
Why?
That's where Tokiko's left half was, correct?
Basement of Horadori Institute.
Are you accusing me?
It's now engulfed the entire room.
We have this much proof. I think you have an idea of what Amame did. Mizuki. Hey, Mizuki.
Yeah.
Mizuki, you're an Abyss investigator. You need to face the truth.
Let me just double check the flowchart timeline while we're here, but pretty sure this backs up what I think is the case. Summary. Horadori Underground, yeah, she was down there. Found her body down here. And Tokyo's body was found in her office, and the other half in here. The other half here. Yeah, this was in the present timeline where they found the other half of her body, and of course the other half was already taken to her own office. So this does suggest that, yes, it seems like Amame does in fact know the machine is there and how to use it.
I know. I'll do this right.
Still dwells on in... all 5 of them. More information to share. In fact, it's all 5, means all 5 of these are relevant. Or the one-wheel robot. 28 seconds.
Amame, you killed Uru to get revenge for your father, correct? But Tokiko saw you and blackmailed you. You killed her to keep her quiet. Then, you left Tokiko's right half in the president's office, and the left half remained in the basement of Horadori Institute.
You're not so smart. So many mistakes.
Wait, the body... those are 2 halves of 2 different bodies.
I need to carry it.
Killed Uru. Choose an answer. I don't like the sound of this. Even so, still dwells on what could have been.
Mame.
Well, this is getting but more and more creepy.
Mame, what's wrong? We're wrong, right? You didn't kill anyone, did you? Please tell me you didn't do it.
Shut up. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Mame.
What would you have done? Can you honestly say you wouldn't do the same? Really? You always make the right decision? You don't know anything. Don't talk to me like you understand!
This place is...
Mame?
the Enda household.
I'm sorry. We're getting a divorce.
What are we going to do then?
I hate to ask you to do this, but you need to choose which of us you'd like to stay with.
You want me to choose like right now?
I'm sorry. It's all your daddy's fault.
It kind of is, unfortunately. I mean, well, we haven't seen the other side. It's possible they were both awful, but we can at least confirm, indeed, Komeiji was doing some pretty dumb things by getting lots and lots of debt.
I wasn't making money. I caused trouble for your mother. I'm really sorry.
Which is worse to lose? The father or mother?
What?
Which is worse to lose? The father or mother?
I suppose she's asking you to answer the question like she had to.
Always the right side.
I chose to go with Mom. But if I chose Dad... I'm going with you, Dad.
Oh, she's wondering if maybe she might have been able to avoid this.
So I need to look after you.
Thank you, Amame. I'm so glad to hear that.
If I chose my dad, I wonder how my future would have been different.
I see. She's blaming herself to at least some extent for not choosing him to keep him out of his debts and danger.
I'm going with Mom. Mom works really hard. She needs my help.
That's true, isn't it? You need to take care of your mom.
I love your comedy, Dad. I'm always on your side.
Thank you. Daddy's gonna do his best. Just you watch.
His mother. This isn't like Terra's Somnium where we can speed this up if we do another one. So I have to be sure I get these right. Choose an answer. And so Amame dwells on what could have been. Yeah, this is definitely one where I don't think enough would have changed, but of course she's going to wonder if maybe she could have saved him.
She must feel guilt for her decision. But she did nothing wrong.
I can understand that would bother her.
I'm sure even consciously she knows that there's nothing it wouldn't have mattered or that she didn't do anything wrong, but emotionally it could still crush you. Right, that's...
What's next?
You got a prize at a contest? That's amazing, Shoma!
So she still stayed in contact with her
It was
family
always
after all
your dream
that.
to make a robot. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. It'll be a good memory. This might be my last time.
Last time? Why?
I used so much money to make that robot. Dad wanted a new outfit for work, but he's been putting it off. I can't be asking for stuff for my robots.
I see. If I work after school and on weekends, I can make like 100,000 yen a month, maybe. With that money, I can buy robot parts and a new outfit for Dad.
You're here for the interview, right? You want to work the night shift?
Yes. I want to make a lot of money.
How old are you? If you're in high school, I can't make you work late.
Huh? Be truthful and be poor. Or lie and make money. Which would you choose?
Oh, so all those questions we got in her quiz Somnium were ones she had to make herself. It's always the right side, right?
I see. Okay. Well, the other jobs were too low paying. But I have some free time, so I'll come home and eat dinner. If we cook at home, it would save money, right?
You don't have to do that, but I think Dad would be happier about seeing you than the money.
Oh, Amame. I didn't know you were here.
Welcome home, Dad. If I saw my dad more, would I have noticed his problems?
Fortunately, that was not what happened. All lie.
It's okay. I'm 20 years old.
You look so young. Well, the more popular you are, the more you get paid, so good luck.
The manager was completely unaware.
Okay. Thank you.
Choose.
She wanted to work, even if it meant lying about her age.
Alright, so I have to match whichever one she chose. I can pick the other one if I want to just, see what her regrets are, but I should probably make sure I actually have enough to complete the Somnium.
No, she needed to work.
She really cares about her family.
Oh, Mame. Sorry to call you so late.
It's fine, I just finished work. Are you okay?
What?
I was watching that one show on my phone. Face to Face. It got pretty crazy.
Right. That. I'm okay. I did see half a corpse, but...
You sound upset. Should I come see you? You want me to be with you, right? That's why you called.
No, that's not it.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, don't worry about me. You be careful too. It can be dangerous out there at night.
I'm gonna go see Dad. I need to support him.
Mommy, what should I do? I'm scared.
Oh, Iris. You were there too, right?
Yeah, I saw the dead body. So can we meet right now?
Now?
Please? I want you to be here.
What would you do if your best friend and your family asked for help at the same time, and you could only choose one?
She chose her.
I chose my best friend. But if I went to go see my dad... Iris, I'm really sorry, but I need to go see someone. He needs my help. I need to be there for him.
Fortunately, I don't think this would have worked out much better, because then Iris would have been the one in trouble.
Okay, I'll be fine. I'm sorry to ask you for such a weird thing out of the blue.
I can stay on the line, though. I'll be listening.
Mommy, thank you.
She didn't even have to be vague about it. She could have said, well, my dad was there too. I should probably be with him too. I should probably be with him, and Iris would probably even support the decision.
If I went to see Dad, maybe he wouldn't have died.
Unfortunately, the only way to stop Komeiji from dying is to prevent him from going on the roof that day no matter what, which means either stopping him from drinking that night or keeping him home, which I don't think she had any possible control over. I don't think it's possible for her to have had any control over that, but even if she's consciously aware of that, I imagine she'd still question it. Still think maybe I could have made an excuse to do that.
Iris, where are you now?
Thanks, Mommy.
Joe's the best friend. Choose. Yeah, it's just one word, but these are Somnium clues are getting creepier and creepier.
Mame regrets this too.
Mame. The book.
I don't want to read this.
This world is only a simulation. You could have been saved by this truth, but oh well. I'm going to tell you what I told you in the basement again. I saw everything that you did. If you don't want me to reveal what I know, do as I say.
Oh, so Tokyo blackmailed her into joining the cult.
What are you going to make me do?
On the night of the 12th, I will use the slicer to take my own life.
Oh, so she only killed Uru. Tokiko did take herself out.
What? No.
Tokiko. killed herself?
I directly stated this was a possibility, but that doesn't make it any less shocking anyways.
Afterward, I want you to take my right half to the president's office. Leave my body on the desk. Use the hidden elevator when coming here. I will explain how to use it later. I will tell you about the master key and access code.
Why do I...
That's not all. There is more I need you to do. You know what will happen if you decline, don't you?
And this is from what we saw before.
Which do you choose? Have your biggest secret spilled? Or be part of some dangerous plan?
She chose to be part of the plan.
I had to obey. I had to do what she said. I understand. I can't run from it. I need to do it.
Chose the dangerous plan. Choose, choose, choose. Yeah, this is getting creepier and creepier.
This is it.
Uru Somizuki!
Yes, this world is an imperfect one. I was put through much hardship, but it's all a simulation after all. As long as I can reach moksha, all will be well. The teachings of Nais are absolute, as is the prophecy.
Hey, can I ask one thing?
Yes?
Are you really Terror? Do you remember what happened on February 13th, 6 years ago?
Yes, I am. What of it? Of course, I will never forget. That was the fateful day I met you. You were a witness to history. You are worthy to know our ideals, which is why I invited you here. Enough about the past. Let's talk about the future. A ViewCube video will soon be made public. nirvanA X. Many people will watch it. Those who see it will collect in a predetermined location.
Why?
The first step for all mankind to reach moksha. I want to share the excitement with as many people as possible. At this important place, the intersection between the warp and weft, that's where the scene can occur. And the nirvanA initiative will become reality.
I know what he did. I saw what he did. He came to the studio with a corpse on a stretcher.
This is magnificent! Don't you think so?
Why? Why? Why do you just laugh about it? The daughter of the man you killed is right here, right in front of you.
I guess this is where she finally snapped.
He killed my dad. All for some stupid teachings and prophecy. He ruined Shoma's life and mine. It's all his fault. All of it. Someone important was hurt in front of me. Make the person apologize, or get revenge.
This is what she chose, so...
You. It's all your fault.
So that was how she did it. She knocked him out, put him in the machine, and activated it.
I'm going to make you suffer the same pain.
Ugh.
Regardless of the motive, Amame committed a serious crime. That cannot be overlooked.
I know! But this is just too much. If she never got involved, it wouldn't have happened.
If only she chose her father over her mother. If only she saw him more. He might still be alive. If she never ran into him again. If she didn't follow him.
There are many
She
points.
may not have killed Uru. If that didn't happen, Tokiko wouldn't have used her. But there are no ifs in this world. You can agonize over it all you want, but you cannot go back and change your path. That is the truth of this existence.
I chose this path! I had to choose this path! Of course I feel guilty! Of course I'm scared! But I did it! I did what was best for me!
That explains the path branches, why all of them just end.
People attack me for it! I have no regrets! I have no regrets!
Mommy.
All those different branching paths that lead off, those don't lead to... and that's why they're dead ends. You have to get... Awaken, chose revenge. I see. For the first half, okay, for the second half you can't run out, since those are all the emergency, I think they're called? The emergency choices. Achievement unlocked. All is right with the world. The end of craving.
Mame, I think I understand. Uro Samazuki, Terror, was killed by you, Mame. And Tokiko wasn't killed. She set herself up on the slicer and took her own life. But I'm still not clear on some things. Will you talk to us? Don't worry about me.
Amame's brainwaves are normal. There's nothing wrong with her.
I know Amame is your friend. I understand that it's hard to interrogate her, but it's an important part of your job. You need to learn to set aside your emotions.
Lock her in the... I guess the maid isn't here today.
Talk to Amame.
Why'd you leave Uru's left half of the stadium?
I carried it. I borrowed the robot Shoma made, the one with one wheel.
On a wheel.
Tokiko ordered me to do it. And that's why I sent you the message on Nile, Mizuki.
To make sure she discovered it?
Because Tokiko told me to.
Oh, so that was part of the plan as
I
well,
sent the
for some
message
reason.
from the phone she gave me.
That explains why it was
What about
unknown.
Uru's right half on the ritual platform at the cathedral?
I didn't move the body. It was Tokiko.
I see. She probably hid it there because she wanted people to think Jin's half was split across time itself when it really wasn't.
I don't know why she did that. I'm guessing she wanted to hide the right half of the body for some reason.
What does all this mean?
Tokiko forced Amame to send the message, so it would be Mizuki who found Uru's left half.
And for an unknown reason, she hid the right half.
Yeah, clearly she wanted everyone to think Jin's other half finally showed up after all those years.
I don't get it.
Why did Tokyo take her own life?
Don't know. She didn't tell me. On February 10th, I knocked out Uru and put him on the slicing machine. After the machine stopped, I sensed someone behind me.
Tokiko was standing there.
Huh.
I saw everything. Shall we make a deal? I will give you some commands, and you will follow them. If you don't do as I say, I'm sure you know where this is going.
Her first order was to move the right half of the body, Tokiko's body. It was on the night of the 12th that I moved her. I went to the basement of Horadori Institute and found Tokiko's body there, just like she told me. She specified that I move the body to the president's office. She told me, put the right half of the body on the desk, and about how to get inside the room. She gave me the master key to the staircase as well, and how to use the hidden elevator up to the office.
Huh. Why'd you follow her orders even if she was dead?
I've documented what you did, and gave it to one of my most trusted subordinates. If you stray from my commands even slightly, that evidence will be sent to the police.
I see.
It's entirely possible she could have been lying, but I can also see why that's not exactly something you'd want to gamble on. At the same time, I would completely believe... At the same time, though, I also completely believe that Tokiko is meticulous enough to make sure she'd have everything handled even past her own death. Why'd you meet with Uru?
5 days ago, on February 10th, I got a call from Uru, telling me he wanted to meet me at Horadori Institute. He called himself Terror. 6 years ago, I met Terror at Studio deductions, so I knew it was him.
Terror was the one who killed your father, Yonaharu Enda.
So, you met him with the intention of killing him?
Well, that explains why you didn't talk to the police.
I don't know. I don't know what got into me.
Yeah, I can only assume she was blinded by rage.
I knew I hated him, but I don't think I wanted to kill him. I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Why'd he ask to see
I
you?
think he wanted to brag about his plan. He had a smug look on his face when he was explaining it to me.
The nirvanA initiative? Well, why you, Mame?
Mizuki, do you remember Uru's diary?
February 13th, I met the person of my
On
destiny.
that day, at the west door of Studio deductions, they were face to face, close enough to touch. It is possible that
Uru fixated on Amame.
Oh, he got his obsessive fixation. But while Liam eventually grew up and grew into a much more healthy obsession, Uru did not. That's an interesting contrast. Liam grew out of his stalker tendencies and became an actually good person, while Terror simply stewed in his own obsession. That's...
She didn't give me any orders about the left half, so I just left it on the slicer.
That explains why our team was able to find it, since there was no instructions about how to deal with the left half. And Terror was the one who...
I was curious, though, so I did take a look. I committed a crime.
Right, it might not have been Terror directly that sent us to the Horadori Institute, come to think of it. It could have been... And Tokyo sent the message for leaving. But in that case, why would they play with the few people who could stop them? Just to gloat?
A crime that I can never take back. I can't reflect, repent, or apologize. Nothing will fix what I did, no matter what my reasons were. I killed a human being. But I couldn't forgive him for what he did. That man who killed my father. All for some plan. What's that about anyway? Some stupid plan? That's why my father had to die.
Mame, I understand how you feel, but think about how Shoma and Genny are going to take this.
I know that. I know that they trusted me. I know that I betrayed them. Thinking about them hurts so much. My chest feels like it's going to explode. The guilt.
And Komeiji, too. I'm sure he didn't want you to avenge his death.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Everyone. I'm so sorry.
as much as she did kill a monster, that still meant becoming a monster herself. The irony and all that. After she regained her composure, we asked about the nirvanA initiative. She told me what I saw in this Somnium was the full extent of what she knew, so she had nothing to add. It's almost 11, so not much time left. We need to find out where it's going to take place.
Damn it, what do we do?
We need to stay calm.
Keep a level head and think.
Can I ask a stupid question? Why did terror slice people in half?
Why does that even matter at this point?
Just think about it. Why?
He always told us that it was for the purposes of the nirvanA project itself.
Because the slicer was in the basement?
Yeah, but that's not the reason.
There are plenty of other ways to kill.
Yeah, much more convenient ways to do it.
Uru despised Jin and Chikara because they took his organs. So, he wanted to kill them in the cruelest way he could think of.
But why kill Komeiji the same way? Because he took something important from Uru. 6 years ago, on February 11th,
Oh yeah, we were supposed to find the other half of Jin Furue with his true face and the percent sign on that location. But Komeiji didn't do it, so... But Komeiji ruined that.
Komeiji took the corpse from the rooftop amusement park in his suitcase.
Right. Jin's left half.
And while he insists that he was drunk and just wasn't thinking clearly when he did it, fact of the matter is he refused to tell us about it because, well, he knew if he told the police what happened, he'd lose all of his leverage and couldn't possibly get paid. So even while he was sober, even after he was finally arrested, he still held on to some hope, perhaps out of pure desperation, that he could get money from terror.
And that must have angered him. Maybe. But that amount of anger would be nothing compared to what he felt for Jin and Chikara.
Yeah, the Jin and Chikara anger was something he'd built up for years by that point. Virtually his entire life, really. So he couldn't have possibly been angry that much.
I recall something Tokiko said.
What you call the HB case is but a small part of the plan.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. The three of them were sliced in half as part of the plan. There must be some kind of meaning behind the bodies being cut in half and left in specific places.
That might have also been why Komeiji was killed. Because one of the bodies was removed from the intended location, his was used as a replacement in some fashion.
Let's see. The right half of Jin Furue's body was the one that fell from the ceiling of Devaita, right?
His left half was found at Misaton Rooftop Amusement Park, like we said earlier.
Chikara Horadori's right half was found in a Sekiba High classroom.
And his left half was found at Yoyagi Park.
Andy's Komeiji's right half was found at Studio Devaita, just like Jin's.
And his left half was also the same as Jin's, on the stage at the Rooftop Amusement Park.
Then yeah, with whatever reason Jin's body needed to be there, they decided... Apparently, when that was ruined, they needed a new body, so they just used Komeiji to replicate it.
I wonder why.
Why put Komeiji's body in the same places?
The location must have been important somehow.
Jin Furue's body was disturbed and removed from the scene by Yoneharu Enda, aka Andy's Komeiji. There must be some kind of significance to replacing the body at that location, this time using Komeiji's.
The nirvanA initiative must have required the bodies at that location, but not necessarily the specific bodies there.
I don't follow. What does it mean?
Chakras are points. By definition, a point cannot be reduced further. It cannot be severed from itself. So the chakras will remain, tethered between the left and right sides of the body, like a string.
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the scene can occur.
Well, that would mean...
The nirvanA initiative is happening at...
Where the in-between parts of the bodies. This map will assist you. Use it to infer where the plan will take place. When you figure out the location, close the map and tell everyone. Yogi Park is over here, and where's the high school? Sekiba High. Satan, and where's the studio? the stadium and his building. Alright, so Yoyagi Park and the high school are where the body was found. And the, there's nobody. Studio Divider was one, and the Mistown Department Store was another. The stadium might be the next one, because it was hidden behind Nye's Japan, though. I might need to get some MS Paint here. Let me try. Let me see if I can draw this out. Actually, I probably need to clip this for a moment. Alright. Alright, here we are. Alright, so... So Yogi Park and the high school are here, so that's these locations. In red. Alright, next up was... Alright. Body there. Misatan Department Store, that's up there. And the other half was in Studio DeVito, which is here. Should probably choose another color for this one, since I can see those converge on the stadium, but we need to see the next ones. Let's see here. The next body was at the Nye's Japan branch, which side of the city, where her body was found, and the other one was left at the Genetics Institute, so let's place where that is. A bit further south, it looks like. And of course, the stadium was where another body was. That's right in the middle. And that was in the basement of Nye's Japan, so I don't need to worry about the other locations there. Tutorial?
Chakras are points. By definition, a point cannot be reduced further. It cannot be severed from itself.
So there's a line between the tethers, like a string. Of course, the other bodies in... Make another color down the string. I see an X and a right angle. Alright, here's the final deduction. I wrote it all down, and he says it's the intersection. Where will the Ivana initiative happen? Stadium. I got it right
We
then.
have our answer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I actually did it! I got the deduction correct!
Right.
The rocket carrying TC Purge.
It will be launched from...
That's right, the stadium.
Yeah, all those factions know we're here. They're sparing absolutely no expense. And we can't just drop a weapon of our own here, because otherwise... well, that would just detonate the virus from this...
Terror. Uru Somazuki.
Did he plan to die?
If this version is being used, probably means that I'm no longer alive. This world is a simulation. My body is somewhere else.
Even in the Matrix, if you die in the Matrix, you die for real. Since you know that's still your mind dying and you can't live without a mind. So, yeah.
This stadium can hold 80,000 people. And we found to watch the beginnings of this great project with everyone else. But I guess that's not possible at this point.
There was a code in the nirvanA X video that indicated the time and place of this plan. We were never able to crack it, but it probably would have led us here. The plan was probably to have everyone who cracked the code assemble here.
And is that everyone we're fighting? I'm gonna grab a sip of my drink before I continue, because this is gonna get exciting, I get the sense. Alright. Looks like we're at the final battle, and the good news is we have people good enough at combat, we don't have to worry about it.
Collected. Genocide.
Currently, the stadium is surrounded by riot police. Barriers have been erected over 500 yards out in every direction. Even the police and National Guard are not permitted in this no-go zone. It should help mitigate the spread of TC Purge.
Guess that's why no one's here.
It's unfortunate the audience is everything, but I will proceed regardless.
I guess he must have had quite a few videos planned, depending on how many people would show up.
Once the rocket explodes in the atmosphere, TC Purge will spread for miles. How many people live in that area, do you think? Tens of thousands will contract the virus. Mankind is about to experience a turning point in history. The nirvanA initiative. When complete, every single person in the world will reach moksha. And it all starts here, at this hollow stadium. Eventually, our descendants will see this place as a holy site. Omega, where mankind was emancipated.
Hey, how much longer are we gonna play this game?
Yeah, we need to do something about the rocket.
But
Where even is the rocket?
where is it?
I attempted to scan the area with X-ray, but I did not find anything.
Yeah, but given how well the Horadori Institute knew to keep their secret room safe...
I I guess we'll have to look harder. The rocket has to be around here somewhere.
Should we get them to help? They seem like they could use something to do.
Iba, what time is it now?
11:20 a.m.
The time is almost upon us. We're definitely running short on time, that's for certain. Let me just save the map I made here.
40 minutes till noon.
Yeah, they're intending to, whatever it is, they're intending to do it very soon. So they have to be preparing the rockets now. I highly doubt they intend to start it. They intend to start the preparations at noon. They intend to actually fire at noon, I imagine.
You can think all you like. This is not a battle you will win.
Leave the people to me. I'll get them all at once. You two, go look for the rocket.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Well, Date is blind in one eye, and Bibi, you're...
Don't worry about my heart. I'll be fine.
But...
Enough talk. Let's get going.
Yeah, let's get groping.
What?
I mean, let's get going.
Mizuki, please allow me to terminate Date after all this is over.
Not if I do it first.
Mad scientists, cultists, and just plain old mercenaries. I guess this is fitting for a final confrontation.
Don't worry. No one's gonna die. I loaded it up with stun rounds.
Do you have enough for that sheer amount, though? Sure, individually they're nothing, but the sheer numbers, that's gonna make it rough.
Yeah.
Guess I was worried over nothing.
Huh? Don't just stand there.
Thanks, baby.
Is your heart okay? I told you, I'm fine. Okay, let's go.
Well, now that those guys are taken care of. I was wondering how long until the quick time event started.
X-ray activate.
Tim,
I'll assist.
Alright, the sniper's taken care of. Oh no.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh no, the shock's gonna hurt her more than...
But I can't!
I'm not saying it for your sake. It's for Mizuki. Please, don't die. For Mizuki's sake. Well, I guess technically you're also Mizuki.
Date.
Anyway, heal up here. Got it? What?
Alright, we only get the quick time events with Mizuki since we're playing as her right now. Well, this Mizuki.
Mizuki, you're stronger than all of us. You can take care of yourself.
Are you gonna go help Date?
Without me, he's ineffective. He needs me. Or else...
Got it. Leave this to me.
Oh yeah, she got a helicopter upgrade.
It is so nice to be home.
Why'd you come back?
To retrieve my stamp collection. I do not want to have to start over. It appears that you require assistance. Need a hand?
I don't need your hand. But what I could use is your eye.
Understood. I am with you, Konami Date.
Good. Let's go.
6 o'clock, Date.
Got it. Where's the rocket?
Under the whole stadium, isn't it? Is.
What
The rocket?
That is not a mere rocket.
It's a goddamn ballistic missile.
There's no doubt about it. They had to have had this plan in the works for decades.
The bullets.
They're not going through?
Oops, I double-clicked.
Analysis complete. What Terror said is true.
Then what do we do?
Let me finish. Terror specified metallic objects. Therefore,
If you use your body, we can get through.
correct.
Sounds easy enough. Baby and I should be able to destroy the rocket with our bare hands.
Yeah, he did kick down that tree at the shrine.
Let's go.
You can't be serious.
Why?
Insulation. They are all wearing insulated suits.
But what if BB and I hit him?
In other words, their minds are glitching
which means they can't feel pain.
Lila,
Effectively.
how much time do we have?
20 minutes.
This festival is almost at an end. Enjoy while it lasts.
We're running out of time.
To get close to the rocket, we need to do something about these guys.
But stun bullets won't work, right?
We'll have to use brute force.
I agree. Sorry, people, but...
Huh? What are you going to do?
Isn't it obvious?
I'm going to break their bones.
Mizuki, that basically means she's now holding back less.
Bullets.
I switched them to real ones.
Live ammo.
Don't worry, I'm only gonna shoot their lips.
And of course, they're all given optic camo.
What's this?
I've seen this before.
It's optical camouflage.
Our AI allows us to
Okay.
see him, but
If you use thermo mode,
You and Date can. As for the other Mizuki,
I'll be fine. I'll think of something.
Something?
It's fine, let's go.
alright, she had to give up her.
Date,
She had to give up
let's
Aiba
go.
to keep Date at full power. The optical camo is hard to see, but it should still give a slight shimmer. Oh, the X isn't working. Yeah, the quick time events commands aren't working. No.
Get rid of them!
Roger that.
Oh, Ryuki's here.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Oh, please, don't show off.
Ryuki, Tama. You guys, you took way too long. What the hell were you doing until now?
Sorry. The riot police stopped us.
Oh, right. She said not even police
You
were
went out
out.
through the barricade with...
Again. Oh, and the thermo bombs.
You guys, you're here too?
Bibi and Date are still fighting. Oda, Iris, and Kizzy are in an armored car running amok. They pulled over and got off, leaving Momo inside. And...
I can explain.
To protect Amame.
To avenge my father.
We won't let terror win!
We're gonna ruin his stupid plan.
So, yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you're all here, but Shoma too?
What? Are you saying I can't help?
Well,
If you think that, you're mistaken. He has the most powerful weapon here.
you mean
The detonator. It has a fingerprint lock, so only I can use it.
the detonator? For...
Yep, the thermite bomb.
Mizuki, think about it. Do you think destroying the rocket will really stop the plan?
I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
Even if it's prevented from taking off, I'm I'm sure Terra rigged it to explode.
Which would still spread TC Purge. The wind would carry it.
And ultimately, the damage would be the same. There would just be fewer initial infections.
So what's your plan?
That's where the thermite comes in.
A thermite reaction can create temperatures up to 3,000 degrees.
No bacteria or virus can survive in something that hot.
TC Purge would get burned up in something that hot.
It's the only way to stop it from spreading.
Isn't the thermite bomb made of metal? How is it going to get past the wall?
I guess even Terra couldn't have imagined someone like Shoma would be able to create an explosive that powerful.
Don't worry. That reflecting wall must be controlled from the inside somehow.
We just gotta get in and break whatever device controls it.
And that will stop it from working?
Hopefully.
The ceremony is almost over. There are less than 10 minutes left. We're so close. This simulated world is coming to an end. All of mankind will be emancipated and achieve true freedom for the first time. Rejoice! Here's a blessing. Let's all enjoy this blessing together. You all will be delivered to the real world.
I'm home.
Iba, what are you doing? Get over here, you're gonna get caught! Thermo mode running on all cylinders. I can see it all.
Indeed.
So, why did you come back?
Date rejected me.
What?
I don't need you. Go help Mizuki.
That guy.
Even now, he still cares about
We're running out of
Mizuki above
time,
all
everyone.
else.
I don't think any of you can see the enemies except Ryuki. But if you apply enough force, you can break the camouflage function. So I'm gonna lead the way.
Follow your lead and beat up anyone we see, huh?
Wallop them after you make them visible.
But not you, Shoma.
Huh? Shoma, you need to stay back. If they get to you, we won't be able to use the thermite.
Fine. Okay, you all ready?
Yeah.
I'll need your help.
You got it.
For the future of mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was for the glory of mankind, that'd be near a top of the reference.
Yeah. Let's go!
Is that a...
Kizzy, what is that?
I just found it. Is that Moma's?
Maybe.
Well, who cares where it came from? Do it, Kizzy!
Okay, here I go.
Come get some, motherfuckers!
Not something I would have expected, but... Didn't expect her to be a fan of miniguns, but here we are.
Where are they? Ryuki! Ryuki, hey!
Mr. Date. Please, stop him. My crimes will never be forgiven.
What the hell are you talking about, Ryuki? You know I've already forgiven you.
Mr. Date,
Thank you.
No, Ryuki, don't die on me! A hero of justice can't die! That has always been the rule! Ryuki, come on! Ryuki! Ryuki!
Oh, when we're so close, damn it, we're so.
Ryuki! Mizuki, we don't have time. Take care of Ryuki later.
Damn! Aiba, how much time?
5 minutes. Hurry!
I took that. Kill that. That's a lightsaber style
Mizuki,
reflect.
less than 3 minutes.
Quiet! I know!
Mizuki, go on ahead.
We'll handle things here.
Huh?
What are they?
It's fine, let's go!
Red outfit. He's not got an explosive, does he? Oh, he's just souped up in some fashion.
What?
He must be augmented like she is. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Huh?
Barrier's down. And we're out of time. It's gonna fire.
How? It's okay. We can still make it. Huh? What are you going to do? Do you even need to ask?
She's just gonna throw it at it? Or she's gonna jet up there. I hope she plans to throw it rather than blow herself up with them, because that would be...
Just a little more. It can't be.
She still might have the strength to throw it in this range. Or she's going up on her own.
Zuki. Baby! The bomb! Got it!
Okay, so yeah, she is planning. I'm hoping she's planning to throw it at the last minute. Time to put that super strength to a non-combat practical use. Come on. It's there. It's in range.
Choma! Now! Detonate it!
And that's why it is important to always gas up your vehicle before any major trips.
Success.
Those words have a very different meaning at this point. Likely different
Thanks,
than
Mizuki.
the two that recorded them even
Same to you.
intended.
Mizuki?
Jeez.
Did it. Virus is completely incinerated. Braver than all flowers. The epilogue. 22nd of February.
Well, I'm glad everything worked out.
Good job, you two.
How long's it been?
A week now.
I know. I'm still feeling all tingly about it too.
It'll wear off in 6 months or so. Nice members, shady scientists, mafiosos. We really did bring in a huge haul.
Good work, team.
Cuter, you're going commando?
I'm over here.
I hate how when I buy something online, I get web ads for it.
Yeah, that's pretty frustrating.
I love you all. I hope our love continues to be long and intertwined like soba noodles.
What is she going on about?
She's passionate about food.
Origami chain.
Why do we call pumpkins Jack?
Yeah, what if that's a bill? I guess the nirvanA initiative was scheduled to be on Tokiko's birthday.
Oh yeah, that is a good point.
Seems so.
I prefer globes.
I can guess why.
Public baths often have Mount Fuji painted on the walls. Mount Fuji is volcanic. Eruptions? Mizuki, are you thinking something perverted right now?
I literally didn't say anything.
For once, Aiba had the horny thoughts.
The model on this poster is kind of average, honestly. I'm cuter.
I'm cuter.
I'm cuter.
I'm cuter.
I'm cuter.
That looks like a stationary bike, but it's actually a coffee grinder.
I made it myself.
These two are weird. Abyss is full of weirdos.
That includes both of you.
I don't recall them denying it.
All right, let's go to the mountains.
Let's go.
Cuter, can you book some tickets to Nepal?
What? Are you going to climb Everest?
Cuter, that reminds me of your collar.
Yeah, I can kill a man with this edge.
Big triangular. Or, blur.
Hey, boss, can I borrow this?
No. If you use it, it'll come back flatter than a tortilla. All right, let's all go to the beach.
Yeah! Yeah!
It's winter.
Alright, February is not the most ideal time to be going to the beach.
Cuter. You ever leave any of your boyfriends looking like that?
Absolutely not.
I meant the facial expression.
Oh, still absolutely not.
It's bad luck to throw out a Christmas tree early.
Oh yeah? What happens?
The ghost of Christmas past shows up and throws chestnuts at you.
That's scary. Hey, baby, where did you get your mask? I found it in her closet.
She used it without permission.
Grandpa? Please, rest in peace.
Yeah, that was his death mask. Broken clock. Still right twice a day.
If this world really was a simulation, maybe it's like a Matryoshka doll. Someone created this world in a world created by someone else. You mean like that?
Do you believe what Tokiko said?
No, just...
Something interesting to think about at the very least. Look, it's an ab roller thingy, or at least that's what I thought it was. Turns out it's just a red lantern. A ball is what it looks like, but it's actually a mysterious organism that flew down from outer space. It mainly eats insects to survive. Is what it looks like. It's actually a mysterious organism from outer space. Here. The doorway. Star. Here's a question. What's the largest known star? Wrong, it's me, because I'm a huge star. That's a joke. The answer is under your feet, because Earth is also a star. I mean, isn't Jupiter bigger? Stars on the wall. Well, I guess oh no. Wait, wouldn't the sun technically be a star, not planet? Not plant. There's actually a cricket in that plotted plant. Well, was there? I haven't seen it lately. Cricket is not in there anymore.
Anyway, it is a shame.
Yeah.
Doing something with RIP. Oh dear.
Don't worry about me. We've talked a lot over the last week. We stayed up in bed for hours talking.
About Tama.
I wonder what she's doing about now. Well, I'll let it be.
About Marco.
He's an AI bot, just like Aiba and Tama. He's shy, so he doesn't talk much.
He opens up to me sometimes. He's just introverted.
About Aiba's memory.
Oh, that. We weren't able to completely recover the memory, but...
The days I spent with Aiba, we at least got that.
That data has been re-uploaded and re-implemented.
That's good at least.
I now have memory of that time.
Computer. Raise my pay.
Why?
Well, isn't it obvious? We were able to solve the case because I worked really, really hard.
Oh, patting yourself on the back, huh? So uncool. Uncool.
Not as uncool as your underwear.
My underwear has nothing to do with it. And excuse you, my underwear is really cute.
I want to see. Oh, grow up. I didn't mean it like that. It's just for my future reference.
Oh, BB's.
Why were you hiding her? You could have just told me.
In retrospect, yeah. But there was a reason I couldn't tell you.
It is a bit much to introduce yourself to your own clone.
If I told you that, I would have to tell you everything. Not to mention, Mizuki is my secret weapon. She's like my personal ninja.
But Ryuki knew about BB, right?
Yeah. I didn't want him to find out, but...
He saw us. Mama and I were shopping at the supermarket.
I told you not to call me that.
Who cares? They already know.
Mama, huh? Are you jealous, Mizuki?
No, that's not it.
He's gone. Don't let it eat at you forever. There was nothing you could have done.
But...
I guess that's the one question we wanted to clarify. Well, she just said gone, not
to
dead.
Ask about my pay.
This again?
But...
Well, I do have to praise you for a job well done. So, I have a special present for you both.
A present?
It was left at a special place. You should...
A special place.
You're being uncomfortably vague.
Your friends should know what I'm talking about.
Do we really?
I don't know what you're planning, but I guess it's not a bad idea to see everyone again. Well then, yeah, let's get going.
Phoebe, that broom reminds me of you when we were bathing together.
Huh?
She means my spine.
Yes, I would say that is about my chest size.
Computer, Iva is bugging out.
I am not.
Yeah, I'd say that's about my chest size.
Not even close.
You're just knocking yourself.
It's time to meet up with everyone.
Shoma,
It's okay. You don't have to beat around the bush. I thought long and hard about how to feel about my sister. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sad, but I can't be down forever.
Boss.
Boss? No, I haven't.
Okay.
I think about it a lot. 6 years ago, my dad took Jin's body from the amusement park. If only I had noticed back then.
Don't feel too bad, Shiom. I'm pretty sure he went out of his way to try and make sure you wouldn't notice it.
Maybe none of this would have happened. Have you heard of the multiverse theory? There are multiple universes. So that means there's a universe that's just like ours, but with a slightly different history. That's the idea. If that were true, maybe Dad is out there somewhere, in another universe.
Yeah, that's what I think. Andy's Komeiji lives on happily somewhere. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, the number code? I know how to solve it. First, change the letters to numbers. A is 1, B is 2, C. From there, solve it the same way as the BATS 490 code. Zigzag from the top left and go from top to bottom.
Oh, so just like the puzzles I had, they're all zigzags.
Oh, it's the same as before.
Yeah, terrorists seem to have a thing for the zigzagging.
Post and rain gig.
Hora inst undig. The puzzle of the pieces of paper in the balloons was solved in a similar manner.
356778 139714. What does that mean?
The numbers start with 35 and 139, right? Which means they're probably coordinates in Tokyo. So in other words, north 35.6778, that's the answer.
Those coordinates point to...
Stadium.
The stadium. So the nirvanA X code is on February 15th, 12 o'clock. Come to the stadium. That was the message.
Yep, that's right.
The reason I couldn't solve this puzzle a week ago is because my memory from 6 years ago, the piece of paper, the balloon, was forgotten. Had I remembered. Ah. So that's another reason that Aiba wasn't able to get her memory back, because if she had been able to remember the balloon puzzle, she would have been able to solve the location. Interesting, interesting.
I'm sure you know already, but she's at the detention center. I've gone to see her every day. With Genny, but we can't really talk much. She's always crying.
Yeah.
But her lawyer said that due to the circumstances, her sentence might not be too long.
It was definitely not premeditated, which would definitely cause situation. The fact that she's younger could potentially follow through with it. Plus, I imagine they're not going to be too bothered about the fact that she killed a serial killer, but, well, again, we can't exactly pretend and that's something she should be doing freely. We can't exactly be encouraging the vigilante justice. But at the same time, that's, like I said, that still means she became a monster to end a monster, which,
The person that Amame killed was trying to brainwash all of mankind. Some people even think she's a hero.
yeah, I can kind of get that. Yeah, like I said, no one's really going to be all too eager to defend someone who almost ended the world, practically.
To live my life with Big Sis. I'm going to work hard to become a robot developer, and I'll continue to support her until the day someone else who can comes along.
I'm rooting for you. Good luck. Genny, you opened back up, huh?
Yeah, I can't let this affect me forever.
A fat freezer door. List of recommended dishes. Favorite boss?
Oh, she had a message for you. Horizontal is darkness multiplied by light. I don't understand it, but that's what she told me to tell you.
Horizontal is darkness multiplied by light, huh?
I jump at the stadium.
After you took Amame, Shoma and I stayed with Ryuki at the house. The bomb squad came and started to inspect the thermite bomb, and that's when we got a call. Ryuki was told that the nirvanA initiative was going to take place at the stadium. From there, he must have made a plan. In order to prevent the spread of TC Purge, we needed to burn it. So, we grabbed the thermite bomb, punched our way through the bomb squad, and headed to the stadium.
A bit heavy-handed, but there was definitely no opportunity to find alternatives, I suppose.
Genny, you knew that Mame killed Uru, didn't you?
Are you going to arrest me? For cooperating with a murderer?
I can't. It's not a crime just to know.
Unless you actively try to protect them.
In the end, I couldn't protect her. It's frustrating feeling so powerless.
Technically still did protect her from the virus, that's for sure.
And I know not everyone will want to hear this, but I don't even think Amame should have been arrested.
Well, like I said, she murdered the person who was attempting to brainwash humanity and end the world, more or less. I don't think you're alone in that.
Her actions were totally justifiable. Her father was killed in such a brutal way. Not to mention Terror was planning a genocide. What's wrong with killing a person like that? I can't believe she's being punished for it.
And like I said, I could easily see quite a few people agreeing with what she did in the end.
I will continue to wait for Amame.
And honestly, I wouldn't really judge anyone who feels that way. Yeah, truth be told, I kind of have to make myself remember becoming a monster doesn't justify it. Or at least that's usually my mantra for something like that, but... Again, this is not exactly a normal circumstance, now is it?
Until the day she sits in that seat and smiles at me. She would be sad if she came back and the place was all run down. So I'm going to work hard to keep this place running.
Like I said, it wasn't a premeditated murder. The person involved is someone that not too many are going to want to defend. She might get an easier time. I mean, Ichiban had, like, from Yakuza had, what, 15 years?
Date. Date.
Date.
You contracted.
If that were the case, I wouldn't be here, meow.
Man, wait, what? Date, why do you have that mouth shape? Why are you creeping me the hell out?
You know the nirvanA trial code? Everyone who solved it is being quarantined right now.
A vaccine has been developed. Quarantining procedures should adequately solve the problem. Any damaged neurons in the brain should be repairable with nanomachines. However, such a treatment is not simple or easy.
Anyway, it's one big happy ending.
If the rocket had launched, the country's health infrastructure would have collapsed and caused complete chaos.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Meow.
Meow, meow. Iba, permission to shoot.
Granted.
Granted. First to shoot, granted.
Please, don't talk about him. Please.
Oh, nothing.
Tsumi is Iris' mother as well as Mizuki's elementary school teacher. And Date is Mizuki's adopted father. Hitome and Date are hitting on each other right now in front of Mizuki. How to describe what she's going through? Disgusting, unbearable. Nothing she can do about it, I guess. Hitome, Date. Boss.
Oh, yeah. Vertical is male multiplied by female. I don't know what that means, but that's what she said.
Vertical is male multiplied by female?
Sounds meow-right erotic.
Is that the only thing you think about?
Why is he here?
Well, Date's been like this all week.
I see.
I jumped at the stadium.
I was eating at Matsushita Diner. Out of nowhere, Ota rushed in and said,
"We're going to save humanity!"
And well, I thought that sounded kind of fun.
Fun. That's an interesting way to put it.
I think we're interrupting something here.
You're not interrupting anything.
Let's go, BB. Yeah, good idea.
Yoyagi Park.
Oh, Mizuki. Quartz. How are you?
Can you not call me that?
Ah, come on. You used to like that name.
Big sis, do you remember pushing me in that pond?
Of course.
When you're feeling down, you should clean your heart. Do you remember your wise words?
Mm-hmm. It takes me back.
It's a fountain.
Yes, I did hear something. She wanted me to tell you. Light is 25.5.
I won't be able to look back at the others. About the Gatling.
Oh, what I was shooting at the stadium? It was loaded with rubber bullets. I could never intentionally kill someone.
That was what I was guessing was the case.
You're so nice, Kizzy.
What happened to running away together?
We canceled.
Why?
My father...
Accepted our relationship.
Seriously?
Well, I guess it's hard to say no to someone who just saved the world from brainwashing.
You know how the press began to report on our deeds at the stadium? We agreed to some interviews.
And that's where we just came out and said it. Kizzy and I are together.
And so, my father can no longer deny our relationship.
Yeah, and resisting the person who saved the world after they made it public would certainly be a bad look for him.
The two of them were partially responsible for saving humanity. There's no way he could force them to break up now.
I'm happy for you. Congrats, you two.
Yeah, thanks to you both.
I am very grateful.
How'd you end up? What was BB's
I
job?
only stole from people who made dirty money, or else Quartz wouldn't approve. And Quartz would donate her share to orphanages all over the country.
That's what they did during the
So
crime.
you were like bandits of justice. How amazing!
So that was Robin Hood style. Interesting.
That might be overstating it.
Going that Horadori 6 years ago.
Why do you ask?
I'm just curious.
Late that night, I went to the basement of Horadori Institute with Quartz.
But there was nothing there. It was just an empty space.
The slicer was hidden under the floor, and there was no door going to Uru's room.
There might have been a way in, but we didn't have time to look.
Yeah, right after we got down there, we heard footsteps.
We ran out of Horadori Institute after getting up the stairs.
So that's why they didn't find anything last time. Because the shutter had closed, they didn't realize there was a door behind it. And I jumped at the stadium.
That.
I contacted Leon. I thought he could help.
And Kizuno was listening in on the conversation. So...
Yes, I asked if there was any way I could help.
We
will put an end to Terror's plan. I could not simply stay put there.
Considering the circumstances, it makes sense that Leon wouldn't decline. Thwarting Terror's plan, I am sure he wanted Kizuna present to witness his heroism.
I started to think of a plan. I wanted to take Kizzy there, but she had to be safe, no matter what. And that's when I remembered the armored vehicle. I knew it was at the Kumakuras, so I called Moma and asked if I could borrow it. Moma said,
Sounds like fun. How about I tag along? And as for who's driving, I know a guy.
That explains Ota. I see.
Does certainly explain a bit, yeah.
Well, we need to get going now.
See you later.
Goodbye, little big sis and big sis. You're gonna stick with that, huh?
Seems like a bit of a mouthful. Sunfish Pocket. We haven't been here in quite a while. I guess because it wasn't really relevant to the case for most parts.
Look, Mizuki! I finally have an orichalcum trident!
Thanks for your business.
Oh, right. You own this place.
Thanks, chump.
Don't you do like a friend discount?
Nope.
That's not fair, Mizuki.
Yeah, well, Lemniscate thing and Sunfish Pocket thing were all explained by the first game. I won't go too far into it. It's not really relevant to the case here, anyway.
I always give you free food at the Matsushita Diner, don't I?
Yeah, free pickles, cheapskate.
Maid Cafe, Sunfish Pocket was originally run by Mizuki's adopted father, Renju. Due to certain events 6 years ago, Mizuki has taken it over. Yeah, huh. Heard from boss?
Yeah, she gave me a message for you. Female is 6.607. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but there it is.
What could that mean?
I'm writing these down in case it becomes relevant, but I'm
What
not
is
sure it
this?
does.
Seafood.
Oh, that's when you get one of the mermaids, and she chews oysters with her mouth open for you.
Mizuki, you should rethink being an owner.
If only that jellyfish was Tessa.
What are you even picturing right now?
About the armored
It's a
vehicle.
long story, so I'll cut right to it. So there we were, the 5 of us in the truck heading to the stadium. And we saw those 3 being held up by the riot police.
Ota, Iris, Kizzy, Moma, and Leon, right?
Or I guess those 4.
Ryuki, Geni, Shoma, and Roboji.
They said they were headed to the stadium too, so we let them hop in the back. Then we drove right through the barricade and saved the day.
For now, we got the info, so let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, good idea.
About Mame.
This might make you kinda angry, but I think Mame is a hero. Think about it. Uru, the culprit of the HB case, brutally killed 3 people. Not to mention he tried to brainwash all of mankind, and Mame punished that evildoer. I can't condemn her for that.
What is it, Mizuki? Well, I don't mean to defend what Uru did, but he was held captive underground since the age of 6. They took half his organs from him forcibly. When you take that into account, perhaps Chikara was the worst person.
Hey, there's a reason I keep saying the devil himself is less evil than Chikara.
Here's the way I see it. Evil is created from a greater evil. It is our mission to destroy the root of all evil. Doesn't look like our mission's gonna end anytime soon.
And I don't think they're ready to eliminate money from existence. You know, money root of all evil and all that.
I need to change that soon. We've been using the same picture for a while to cut costs.
Mermaid photos. Oh, wait, it's Inspector.
Wow, you surprised me.
I own the place?
What are you doing here?
Really?
What are you doing here?
Well, I wanted to investigate the day-to-day lives of young women.
As an inspector?
I need to know what's in. It's an important part of being an inspector. I feel like I said this before.
Ask his name.
Oh, you don't have to say it. His name is Kagami.
No, wait! Do my ears deceive me? That's right!
Someone
My
finally
name is
remembered his
Kagami.
name.
But I think there are only like 2 people in the whole world who let me do this routine. Makes me kind of sad.
What? What are you talking about?
Huh.
Oh, it's you guys. What's up with your voice? It's a Vochlojo. Vochocho? It stands for Voice Changing Lock Choker.
Oh right, BB was the one who figured that out in the other timeline.
I borrowed it from MoMA 6 years ago, but I don't use it anymore, so I returned it.
Awful honorable of you. Never thought I'd get it back.
Why do you have that on?
No reason. Just fucking around with it.
He was saying, Mama, I love you. Marry me.
Gag.
Jinpei, get your knife ready. You're cutting off your finger.
No.
What about the other
Oh,
guy?
you talking about Dokta? He contracted TC Purge. He's being quarantined in the hospital right now.
I hear they were able to get rid of the virus, but it's gonna be some time until he gets his head back in line.
Unfortunate.
Thankfully, my kid's doing good. My marriage was annulled and I don't have custody, but every birthday I get a few pictures sent to me. Nowadays, seeing those pictures is what keeps me working hard every day.
Well, everyone has to find what motivates themselves.
Don't make me cry, idiot!
Did you go back?
Yeah, 6 years ago. I shot my gun at Sunfish Pocket. I was in prison for a little bit, but I served my sentence. Now I'm out.
What about your directing job?
I can't go back to that. It's not easy for a convicted felon to get a job.
Ooch.
So I came back here and begged for another shot.
Supposedly 6 years someone hacked that, so they upped the security. Who could have hacked it?
Moma, you have such big lanterns.
Oma's keeping quiet. Jinbei decided to try
You
to...
like my lanterns too?
Oh, you've got big lanterns yourself.
I do.
Oh, you boys are lanterning me on.
What?
Uh-huh. Rest. Family altar. A dragon. Newspaper General Principal says, thank you for reading all this flavor text.
No, I'm not stiff right now.
Tiger rug on the floor.
Do, re, mi, so, fa.
20th Flower Viewing Festival. Next month plans are on the whiteboard. Door, partition, certificate, some sort of permit. What are you doing here?
I was checking some job hunting websites and I saw this place. So now I work here Fridays. Oh, don't worry. I'm still working at Lemnis Fate, but they won't make me full-time ever. Isn't that right, Miss President?
Oh, sorry. I don't handle the personnel stuff.
Chairman desk. Phone. What's your job here exactly?
Making tea, answering the phone, slicking up the gats.
So old school. Did I hear something about oil and guns?
She's also in charge of puff puffing.
What? What is that?
Can I have the ring?
What? Why would I do that? Just look at Phoebe. Her outfit is in shambles. I want to buy her new clothes. Please? Leave me alone. I like my clothes. What is this?
That made me cry. Beautiful sisterly love. Hey, you guys are all right. Take that ball the dragon is holding. It's solid gold.
I can't take that.
Don't worry about it. Quartz made me a hell of a lot of cash back in the day.
Stop calling me that.
Ah, associated with Yakuza connections.
Hey, Mizuki, did you just take the ball? I don't know what you're talking about.
What were you waiting for?
Yeah, that boss lady sent word. She told me you two'd be coming. She said to tell you this. Darkness is 5.479. I have no idea what it means.
Guess that'll be good for now.
So... Ritsu, it's time for the Puff Puff.
Roger that. The usual?
Ritsu is probably the receptionist. Her name is Ritsuko.
Please, no.
All right, Loma. Can you close your eyes for me?
Got it. Like this?
Now, hold still.
Okay.
Ritsu, come on.
Hiya! Loma, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The smooth sensation.
That's why she knocked him out first.
Addicted to this feeling.
The voice is the only thing salvaging this from being the most perverted thing I have ever seen.
And I get that might have been the intention for why that voice changer was created in the first place, because I don't recall it ever actually being plot relevant at any point.
No, I think the voice makes it worse.
And I'm kinda with BB on that.
Let's go, BB. Please, let's.
Wow. Wow.
Mr. Chieda, nice to see you.
Oh, Mizuki Kuranushi.
Please don't call me that. I'm supposed to be called Big Sis.
It would be a little strange to call you that.
Do you remember me too?
Of course I do. You were only 3 when the Okiura family took you in. I never thought that girl was really you. Both of you have grown so much. You two used to cry and cry. Now you're both police officers. I'm proud that you've grown up to be such good people.
Why are you here?
Yeah. I wonder. I kind of just wanted to be here. Screw it. This is my last chance. I want some more screen time.
What are you talking about?
Mom! Mom, are you watching? Look at me!
Maybe she's contracted TC Purge.
We should let the authorities know.
It's a nurse. I don't remember it too well, but the dormitory feels nostalgic.
You two used to play make-believe in that castle all the time.
Who is king? Me or BB?
You two always fought over it. You split your kingdom up, Mizuki. You were only 3, but you never gave up being king.
Somehow that does not surprise me in the least.
I don't even know how many times that castle was destroyed, but it never destroyed your relationship. Even after your kingdom was split, you were back together playing in no time.
Slide used to be our castle.
The top of the tree. I remember thinking that was the tallest place in the world. I remember climbing it with you on my back.
That sounds dangerous. What if I fell?
You did, plenty of times, but you were never seriously injured.
Just last week, you might have even survived without a parachute.
There's a big tree here. You saw.
Wait, was it always protruding from the ground like that?
You two pushed it in the ground, but we pulled it back out.
I remember always pulling that thing out of the ground.
Swing play set. Here's from boss.
Your adoptive mother. She gave me a message. Male is 5.4.
Okay, let's... So yeah, we've got a whole equation we need to work out here with all the information everyone's given in pieces.
Please, don't ask me about that. I've already told Kizuna everything.
I guess he doesn't want to talk about their relationship. Guess not.
Person leaked the story of the Horadori Institute.
Yes, that was me. I didn't have proof, but I suspected that they were doing morally questionable research there, and that you two were subject to it. I wasn't ignoring the signs. I only noticed it a few years after you two came here. They acted on it right away. I went straight to the police. They told me they couldn't do anything without proof, so I leaked the information to the press, which led to the institute being closed. I did it for the two of you.
But didn't you help it reopen? I'm having trouble following your logic.
Yes, that. I spoke to your cohort, Ryuki, about this. Human experimentation is intolerable. But the other research being done at Horadori Institute was extremely valuable and had a bright future. There were many hardworking people there that had nothing to do with what was happening behind the scenes. And at that point, the two of you were no longer affiliated with Horadori Institute, which is why I provided the money for the reopening.
So he's trying to salvage what was going on, not realizing that Chikara was using him the whole entire time.
I did it so I could keep an eye on them and prevent them from continuing their illicit research. You were both bundles of energy, I'll tell you that much. You ripped the swing right off its chains. And Mizuki, you tore the pipes off the jungle gym and played cat's cradle with them. Whenever you did something bad, myself and the other staff scolded you. You would both cry and literally run through walls. I'm sure you can still see the damage in some of them, but whatever you did, no one was upset with you.
Huh.
After you cried, you would both have such bright smiles it made everyone else smile too.
Sounds like us.
Yes, I remember them well. Your smiles haven't changed a bit.
What kind of research?
You don't know? It's called Purge, DNA treatment.
This is not the same as TC Purge, of course. TC Purge was a virus that was created using Purge technology.
Even now, I don't think financing Horadori Institute was a mistake. They were able to create the technology for Purge. That technology can save countless lives, including yours.
What?
Last year, we developed a revolutionary genome editing method we call Purge. With this, genetic diseases that were previously too difficult to treat, for example, severe congenital heart diseases, are now curable.
Oh, right.
Baby, that's great news! Your illness can be cured!
Oh, impressive.
Oh, good.
What is it?
Well, it's just so much to process.
That is a lot to take in at once, yeah.
I'm happy for you, BB.
Yeah. Mr. Chieda, thank you.
Oops.
Mr. Chieda, we're going to...
Don't talk about it. Trivia. The complex story. TC Purge was created using Purge technology. If Ricci didn't invest, it would have never happened. At the same time, BB's heart condition wouldn't have been treated. The technology itself is neither good or evil. It's dependent on the person who uses it. I guess I can comment on moral issues every now and then.
Get going now.
Come back again soon. And please, continue to keep an eye on Kizuna.
We will.
Yeah, of course.
Marble.
So you two are sisters, huh?
That is the official story we're sticking with, yes.
It makes sense and all, but boy, is it ever surprising.
The only people who know the truth about cloning are members of Abyss. To others, the two are simply sisters. Oh, you're...
Mamoru?
What? Who are you guys? You know me?
Weren't you Tokiko's secretary and bodyguard?
The information Ryuki got in his investigation's already been transmitted. We know about Mamoru, what he was doing and where.
Yeah, I was. And then this happened and I got fired. The Subversive Activities Prevention Act shut my eyes down for good, which gives me more time for day drinking.
You haven't had enough.
Shut up! You don't get to say if I'm drunk enough or not. I'm a heavyweight. Leave me alone.
You're a lightweight emotionally.
What? What did you say?
Hey, Mamoru, honey.
Maybe you're right. My heart can't take it. I drink so I don't have to face reality sober. I saw the president's body. That image is burned into my mind. I can't unsee it.
Yeah, the person you're supposed to be bodyguarding being sliced up like that is probably going to mess with you, both emotionally and job-wise.
How pathetic is that?
It's okay, Mamoru. Everyone has a weakness. I think humans are one of the weakest animals. We aren't covered in thick fur. We don't have hides. We can't take heat. We can't take cold. Even the littlest tree branch can scratch us and make us bleed. Really, we're the only animals like that. How did we even make it this far as a species? I think it's because we're weak. Our weakness forced us to work together. We made tools, hunted, and fought in packs. That's how we survived. If humans were strong independently, things would have been different. We might not have made it. We could have gone extinct like Neanderthals.
That is correct. Yeah, Neanderthals are actually are thought to be an offshoot of humanity, not a part of humanity's evolution itself, if I remember right. It's been quite a while though, so
So
don't
you're
consider
saying
me an
our
expert.
weakness is central to who we are? Our weaknesses mean that we have to support each other and put aside our differences.
Yeah, that's why I'll never tolerate people who oppress others. Humanity is rooted in weakness. To deny that is like denying humanity as a whole.
But the sad thing is, there are so many people who do, and it ends up hurting others. LGBTQ plus people, people with disabilities, people persecuted because of their race or religion.
If I had wings, I'd fly around the whole world, give all those people a hug, and tell them it's gonna be okay.
Sometimes that's what you really need. That's for sure.
And then grab my iron pipe and beat the crap out of those bastards who tormented them. I'll defend and protect minorities everywhere. I'm not gonna let any kind of backwards thinking, macho, prejudicial bullshit slide.
I love it. Let me give you 8 million yen.
That's oddly specific.
No, I meant to say.
Mama, more booze.
More booze.
He seems to be getting extremely emotional.
Not that you could tell by the way he looks.
I wasn't expecting a full speech out of that, that's for sure. Two of them, just like how there's two of us. Any
You
information?
solved the case already, but you're still hungry for more, hmm? Well, I do have some very valuable information. 6 years ago, on February 15th, Uru contacted So Sajima, the former politician. Why do you suppose he did that?
That's the one mystery we haven't
Because
wrapped
So
up.
was his father, an illegitimate love child.
Yeah, that was the implication given from
She
that.
took the baby to Iowan and committed suicide.
Oh.
Well, it's just a rumor. There's no proof, but that would explain a lot, wouldn't it? I'm guessing Uru wanted to meet him, the man who threw him and his mother away like garbage. That was where his tragedy began, after all.
Yeah, remember, Uru hated him so much, he refused to even murder him. And given he's a serial killer, that's gotta mean something.
If So hadn't neglected them, Uru never would have been given up for adoption.
Where's So now?
I don't know. He's not at his manor. He disappeared about 2 weeks ago. Maybe he fled the country.
Fled the country? Why?
He's a cunning old man. I'm sure he sensed something coming. He must have thought the authorities would eventually connect him to terror. So, he decided to leave before it was too late.
For better or for worse, he's not guilty of anything regarding terror since he cut ties so long ago. Mama's polishing her crystal balls.
You're already drinking a cream soda.
No, not this drink.
No alcohol for you. You're only 18.
I'm good then, right? I'm 24.
Nope. I know you came here on your motorbike. Have some Alfrey instead.
Alfrey, not even poured into a glass. Just the can with no glass, Mama? That's a bit lazy. You get the right answer, there's also gin.
Boss as in your boss? I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Boss left us a present somewhere, but we don't know where it is. She said something about asking our friends.
I see. Then why don't I ask the mighty Milky Balls?
Yeah, good idea.
Okay then, milky white orbs of power. Who among their friends and acquaintances has the biggest you-know-what? That is, Lynn, of course.
Who cares? That's what I thought.
We'll put that aside for now.
Can we put it aside forever?
Okay, time to get
Yeah, let's
serious now.
move on.
Oh, Balls, the great and powerful, please find something for me. Where is the present that Boss has hidden?
Go to Nyes. The hidden secret can be found there.
So, how about it?
Go to Nyes. The secret is there?
That has nothing to do with Boss's task. I am sure Mama is only stringing together random thoughts.
But
Well,
Mama,
these
we're gonna
haven't
get
steered
going.
us wrong yet. I see no reason not to
Already?
follow.
I wanted to talk more about Leon's you-know-what.
We'll save that for some other time.
Oh, sure thing. Come back again whenever. I'll be waiting.
It's still bothering me. I know what you're thinking. What Mama said, right?
Go to Nyes. The hidden secret can be found there.
What's the last secret? I guess the only thing left is Tokiko. Why did she kill herself? Why did she order Amame to do those things? Taking Jin's left half to the stadium. And taking her own body to the president's office, too.
Yeah, as shown by my drawing, they kind of form an L shape. But they're not... It does point to the stadium. Was it just to point at the stadium more easily?
Yeah. We have no idea. Why did Tokiko do all that?
It is Tokiko's hologram. This was among the data that was sent to me by Tama.
Welcome. I apologize, but I am currently unavailable. If you do not mind, if it's no trouble, would you guide me to Moksha?
What?
What?
I will tell you a number. It is a crucial figure that can create a scene in this false world. It is called the nil number. Are you prepared? Please take note of it.
796053.
And now, I will look forward to the day we meet again. But I am not talking about them, of course. Ryuki? No, not Ryuki either. But you, the one listening to me now. Yes, the Freyer. You. Now.
Stadium. I'm guessing this is the coordinates we were given?
The stadium? What are we doing here? What? You mean you don't get it, BB? Boss's present is probably here. Why do you think that?
Remember what Iris said? Vertical is male multiplied by female.
Now, insert the numbers that Mr. Chieda and Ota gave us.
Male is 5.4.
Female is 6.607.
5.4 times 6.607 equals 35.6778.
That's the vertical coordinate. The horizontal.
Horizontal is darkness multiplied by light.
Darkness is 5.479.
Light is 25.5.
5.479 times 25.5 equals 139.7145.
Okay, those numbers, 35.6778
Those are the
and
same as the nirvanA X video, right?
139.7145. Don't they sound familiar? Oh, yeah.
North 35.
I see.
The vertical and horizontal were referring to coordinates, which is here. The present must be here somewhere in the stadium. But Robo-G.
That's interesting. I didn't know Boss had access to that.
It looks pretty big.
It is somewhat unnerving.
Not something that would make a kid cheer with joy. Anyway.
Why don't you open it?
Okay. It's scary.
It's fine. It will not explode.
Are you sure? This is Boss we're talking about.
Well, I suppose I can't be sure.
I know. X-ray.
Took you long enough. I'm suffocating in there.
Ryuki.
Ryuki?
Ryuki!
And I'm here too.
Tama.
Your body. You're healed?
I'm perfectly fine.
Not perfect. His wounds still haven't healed.
But I feel no pain at all.
Because I got you hopped on painkillers.
You need to go back to the hospital.
It's fine.
It's not fine.
I had to do it. Boss gave me a call.
Hey, Ryuki. I hear you can walk now. I have a favor to ask you. I want to set up a little surprise for those two. And if you say no, I'm demoting you. Good luck.
So, yeah.
How mean. She's the devil. But I'm glad you're okay, Ryuki. You seem to be doing well.
Yes. Congratulations, Ryuki.
Thank you.
I'm sorry we made you worry.
You two are like a married couple.
Well...
You can't be serious. All right, everyone, listen up. Here we go. Let's celebrate Ryuki's full recovery.
It's not a full recovery.
Anyway, we have a special dance for you. Please watch us. Start the music!
On my way to the station, the crowd squeezes out my frustration, and now I'm taking heat in the bedroom. Oh well, I'll eat some donuts in the bathroom.
Now I hear my friend got herself a boyfriend. They're going out for barbecue on the weekend.
I see all of the smiles in their pics online.
Wait, why is that making me cry?
Oh my sweet princess, where can I find you? How do I remind you of the dream we shared?
Enough of that nonsense, drop all the pretense. You've got to break the chains of fate on your own. Come on, come on, come on. Lonely girls across the world, let's wake up and fight. Worlds apart with beating hearts, unite the light through the night. If the boys want to reach us, they'll have to keep up. Without you, I am only half. I need to be whole. Robot, can't forget to set the turbo. Hop on, and I'll let you ride the servo.
Oh look, here comes my mermaid girl. Relax, look cool, and give my knife a twirl.
Hey, I saw a kappa that I really wanna get.
I don't think that anyone's gonna bring a net. Nice idea! I've got cucumbers.
My are we, Kappa hunting
Oh, my Prince Charming, where can I find you? How do I remind you of what's dreams share?
But dreams aren't just for dreamers. I'll be your healer. Worlds apart, I've come for you, love. Take the glass slipper, be my princess.
This may be the final move to checkmate my heart.
Maybe, just maybe?
Maybe, just maybe?
Maybe not maybe!
Champions, the day has come, let's take victory. Demons dare and beasts beware, for we are here to save the world. We will fight and stay united until the end. Arm in arm and hand in hand we stand. We become one.
I suppose I'll put aside my duty.
Good. Now it's time to kick your booty.
Now that is how you earn a suspension.
So what? I'm here for the attention.
It's true that we can't get ourselves boyfriends.
Because you're human weapons and they can't contend.
We do look really cute, but we're kicking some ass.
But every time you fight, it makes you want to cry.
The tears will build up on the inside.
Lonely girls across the world, let's wake up and fight. Worlds apart with beating hearts, unite the light through the night. If the boys want to reach us, they'll have to keep up. Without you, I am only half. I need to be whole, even with all of the sorrow inside. We are the conquerors, we achieve our dreams together. At last, we truly are whole. U-N-I-R, hands up a hole, let's go. U-N-I-R, hands up a hole, let's go. U-N-I-R, hands up a hole, let's go.
Wonderful, everyone. Very good.
Great too.
If you're wondering how the AIs were able to show up there, that is actually explained in the last game.
How about she sells seashore by the seashore? She sells seashore by the seashore. She sells seashore by the seashore. All right. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. Yes, I got it again. Hey, is no one listening to me? Guys? Hey, wait up.
Resolution end. Unlocked eyeball ease function. Wait time for a question is now 0 seconds. Bonuses. Use eyeballs here to bonus content. Progress the story. More content is unlocked. This content locked. Story progress. That's interesting. Haven't I completed? What is bonus? Somnium, you can get that. Grow an eyeball into an adult. How to unlock content. Album B. Find 5 items hidden in the zone. And find content by yourself. I think that must be tied to the code that was given here, so let me try. Let me just take a look at what I wrote down here. Seven 603. Well, I guess after 4 hours that'll be enough. So, I'll definitely look into where I'm supposed to use that code, because that's to unlock something else, but if it's just for bonus content, I'll just call the stream here, because we've officially completed the story. And I must say, that's, well, first of all, it wasn't lying at the start when it said that this case is completely unrelated to the first game. So that's good to know. Although it's not directly connected, it still finally did reveal some important things, like the truth behind Mizuki's super strength and Date's dirty magazine power-up. And likewise, it does, in the general sense, my first impressions of it felt like an upgrade of the first game, and that's definitely how it still feels. The Somniums were the best part of the first game, and this one made sure to give us quite a few of everyone's, which is pretty nice. Meanwhile, the investigation... Meanwhile, the parts where we directly investigate were also quite enjoyable. They're fairly linear, so it was impossible to mess them up, but it was still nice to be able to check out through x-rays and thermal vision to find various clues and stuff. I really did like that. And overall, the case itself was pretty good. Like I said, it required me to just process exactly what the big reveal actually meant, but once I figured out, okay, yeah, so... and it was later even confirmed when we found out, okay, yeah, the masked girl being Mizuki of the past does explain it. And indeed, he said he betrayed Dot in the explosion ending, which seemed odd since it didn't seem like he'd done that yet until we'd seen that, yes, Terror did in fact blackmail him. So yeah, that was quite a bit to take in, but it was overall really good, I think. And of course, I didn't notice nearly as many graphical glitches I did in the first game. I don't know if it was my computer, the game, or any combination of them, but they were absolutely all over my VODs back when I started going through some of the older stuff, so... It feels like this was definitely a step up. Like, they were given a bigger budget, and they decided, yeah, we're going to take full advantage. And I must say I am impressed. Alright. Well, for now, that's going to be all, so let's see here. I guess I can just cut it here. Alright, well, until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.